Oh
Yeah.
man, I miss there was about 10, 15 years ago. It was no, sorry, it was about 10 years ago because it was right after we got out of high school. And it was cheaper because of the exchange rate to order everything from like Amazon UK.
Really?
And even though the stuff was still shipping from the United States.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. They kind of sort of got that worked out already, haven't they? Like, if it's nearer to you, then like it makes sense to just send you the item that's closer. Like, the Amazon is really really good though. Like, I literally couldn't live without it.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm having some issues with something I ordered, but it's just because I think that it said it was shipping from the States and they're shipping it from China.
Well, we're always having issues with Amazon right now, aren't we? Welcome to AWOI Gaming, episode 76. I'm your podcast MC, Perry, and today I have Jen number 2's here, Stone number 3's here, Cubs here, and a really good friend of mine from over across the pond. He's been on the show before. It's been a while, but we have Dan. Dan, how you doing, my brother?
Very well, very well.
How's everybody else doing?
Good.
I dropped my pizza, so I'm really, really sad.
You dropped your pizza?
I dropped it on the floor. I was getting it out of the oven, and I turned around, and Al-Anon was there, and I fucking tripped on Al-Anon and dropped my pizza on the floor. So now I'm just in my bed and sad.
Actually, it's not
Fucking
number 4,
Al-Anon,
but...
man.
Well, you love that cat to death. Don't try to say that.
I do. I love Al-Anon. Like, he's my registered, emotional support animal. So, I could take him to the store, but, work. But, I am deathly terrified to put that cat in a car. He doesn't like carriers. And if you put him in one, he's gonna, poop in it. And, he loves going outside, but I don't have his kitty harness, so I can't take him outside. But he won't go outside without his kitty harness. And then, if I take him to work, I gotta, leave him in the back of the store. And, he's gonna eat everything because nothing's back there other than, boxes right now. And he's gonna eat them all.
Damn, that sucks. All this for being a cat and dropping your pizza. Stone, how you doing, Stone? How you doing, my brother? Congratulations on getting the house. I gotta say that.
Yeah, we closed on the house on Friday, so that's gonna be a whole heap of crazy in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's exciting times. Like I say, I'm kind of waiting on the sellers before I could take possession of the house and finally move in, that sort of thing. So
yeah, no, you're like the end stages now. Like, yo, let's get this going.
Right. Well, the house is in my name now. I signed the deed and everything, so the house is mine. They're just kind of borrowing it for 2 weeks, basically.
Yeah, like, yo, hurry up. You know. Right. Yo, Cub, how you doing?
Doing great. Needing to turn my phone on silent, apparently.
Yeah, just a funny thing that, at the beginning of the podcast, you guys are going to be talking about Amazon. It's kind of like, wait, why are we talking about Amazon right now?
Sponsored by Amazon.
Yeah.
All right.
Now Amazon sent us free shit.
Oh, yeah, anyways. Dan, you doing good, though, brother?
Yeah, all good, man.
Cool,
all good.
Cool.
Looking forward to getting going.
Cool. If you're not familiar with the way you do things here at AWOI Gaming, we look at video games in the way they might be influential to the gaming community and also gamers as they try to strive to be positive and how they can make a positive influence on us. Shout out to everyone that's been listening for the last few episodes. It's been crazy. Someone said that they actually listened to the Black Lives Matter podcast twice, so that's 3 hours of podcast twice, so it's 6 hours worth of material. Just to digest. Thank you. That means so much to us. Not just me, but everyone here. And with that being said, this is going to be kind of a try to be shorter episode because there's a little game called The Last of Us Part 2, and we all would like to get back to it. I know.
For sure.
Yeah, that little indie game, man, just kind of came out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
Tiny little indie game, it's fine.
Yeah, just a little sad little indie game that doesn't really matter. It's not going to be up for Game of the Year or anything,
No, not at all, no.
With that being said, what have you been playing before that? Before this game dropped, what have you been playing?
Oh, Perry, man, that's a hard question.
I know. Yeah, it is. Go for it.
There's so many games, Perry.
I know.
There's so many games. I literally can't stay on one game for such a, for enough time to actually finish it. That's my problem. Like, like games like The Last of Us are exceptions. Like, I will get that game and I'll play it and I'll finish it and I'll but there's so much sort of between these like momentous games that come out every so often, and all of those ones in between, I'm juggling and I'm trying to, I just can't finish them. They're just not as good. The games that come in between just aren't the reasons why I like games. Like the reasons why I love games so much is because of games like The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
It's games like that that they're the ones that keep me here, really.
Yeah.
If they weren't here and we were just stuck with Anthem and Fallout 76, I'd be long gone.
Oh no!
Damn, I wasn't expecting to say that. Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna go there, Like,
Well,
now
he's
it's good.
on the podcast, so it's like an unwritten agreement that you have to like not really like Anthem.
Yeah.
You don't have to like 100% hate it, because there's like 4% of that game that I think is cool as shit. But
the flying and look like
4%,
Iron
yeah.
Man stuff. That's it.
it's the Iron Man like flight simulator. So if I got like the Iron Man flight simulator and some of that combat, but like a better game, I would have been like, yeah, Anthem.
Yeah, Anthem.
Cobb got like real mad because like I think it was like earlier this year or last year, and I tagged him in a video, and I was like, remember when we were all excited about Anthem? And he's like, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Whole reason I bought a PlayStation.
The whole
He
reason.
hasn't even like game with the group, because I remember Elliot was real excited about it, and then he got it and he started playing it with you guys, and like I came home from work and he goes, this game is like not great.
Did anybody see District 9? The film
No.
District 9?
Love that movie.
Yes!
Yeah, amazing. Right, we all loved that. So there was a trailer that came out for Anthem, which was made by the guy that directed District 9.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if any of you guys saw it. Neil Blomkamp, is it?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
And that trailer, when I saw that, I was so hyped for Anthem, so hyped beyond belief, and then it all just went downhill. like within 3 months, the game was £5. Like, and oh man, I don't know, guys. Like, it's just things like that if that was all that we got, that's the trailer. Nice. But yeah, that
Go on
trailer
top
is,
of it.
oh man, but if that's just all we had, like, I don't think any of us would be here. Like, studios and publishers, they shit all over us,
Yeah,
and
he's definitely, like, Dan is one person who was like, look, they need to start paying us to play some of these games, because like at the amount that like they
Waste
come out.
$60 of my hard-earned money on this piece of trash, and
Try 160. I bought 2 copies of the better version.
Oh my gosh!
but hey, at least you got a free strategy guide.
Okay,
right, this is the thing though. Like, you paid all that money, and they know that they done you over. And this is BioWare, like this is,
I'm not now. If I may, I'm not going to defend Anthem and all of its flaws, but I will say that for the amount that I spent, because the reason I spent that much was I just bought a second copy for a friend.
Sure.
But the amount of quality time that I spent with my friends, I got my money's worth.
Definitely.
Fair,
That's that's the other side of things. That's where you can get value from games that are objectively not the best, but still okay enough to be able to have that value.
Yeah.
That makes sense completely. With me, I didn't have that. I was
Oh, damn.
pretty, yeah, but I didn't have that. I tend to go into my games by myself, but that's just personal choice. But I get that that game wasn't really designed for that, but But yeah, it's I just use those as two hot examples, which are fresh in mind.
Because they're the most recent ones that have disappointed you. That's why it's so fresh,
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty, but
Yeah. I mean, heck. Are you on the fence of with the whole revamping of Anthem? Do you think you're gonna check it out when it comes out, or no?
If it's a free update, yeah.
Yeah, for real.
That's what we're all hoping for, I think. There's people that spent that money on the game that would have ditched it within 30 minutes.
Right.
And,
it's not an excuse or anything, but games can reinvent themselves. They can become the best version of themselves. Final Fantasy 14 Online, for instance, they did a complete reboot after the player base fucking hated it. Right. About a year later, they re-released the game, and now it's great.
Yeah, definitely.
That's where we get the name of
No Man's Sky did it too.
Yeah, No Man's
That's
Sky.
a prime example. Yeah, prime example of a great way to handle something rough.
The problem with No Man's Sky is that they basically released it as an early access title and didn't say they were going to do that.
Exactly.
They said that they were going to have all these features in it, which now they have that and more, what they promised at launch. It's just that at launch, you're expecting a complete, title, and it's supposed to be done, and it has all the features that you promised. It did not have that. Instead, it was, well, we're going to update it, and periodically we'll give you free content updates, and you'll have access to these features later on. Well, that's an early access title, and if you had said that, then people would have approached it differently. So that's a problem in messaging, my opinion. But I also think that No Man's Sky is now a great game, and everybody should check it out, especially because it's cheap, because it's been out for so long. Technically,
it's on Game Pass too. If anyone's got Xbox One, it's on there. If you've got active Game Pass subscription, then you can just download it straight away and play. So.
And it's none of that, guys. Just go check this shit out. That shit's just there.
Yeah, never heard. I mean, you can always check out CD keys and things like that, or that one that nobody likes right now because they're selling stolen copy games.
Oh yeah, we won't name them.
Yeah,
everyone.
Good man.
No, we'll name them. G2A. Stay away from them. They're a great marketplace.
Yeah, we've name dropped them a few times on the podcast, so I think it's fine.
We're just no, bro. Just don't talk about that place.
So we're naming them to shame them.
Right. Yeah. Just to shame them.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah, just they go right there with Blizzard too, just a little bit, and maybe even EA if they don't get their shit together.
But yeah, no, completely agree. Games can definitely reinvent themselves. 100%, 100% with you on that. And you know what? I'm glad that they can, and I think Anthem needs that too. But I think EA are the kind of company that would potentially not make this revamp an update available to everyone without some sort of money.
But they did. I mean, a good example. They did revamp Battlefront 2. They got rid of the loot boxes. They changed the progression for unlocking new heroes. So when you're playing it, you're not just Vader or Yoda right off the bat, and that's it for 40 hours. Because when they get released, you had to once you got your first hero to get enough in-game currency or spend money, you had to play in match almost 40 hours of gameplay.
I think my problem with Star Wars, my bad to cut you off. Okay, I think my problem with that was the fact that when I was about to buy that game, and all of a sudden, at launch, I've never seen a game go from $30. I mean, from $60 to $30 the day before it was supposed to come out. I was like, wait, what?
Oh God, yeah.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
But
do you guys remember Fallout 76 being given away with controllers?
Oh.
Yeah.
And now it's actually, I mean, even though Wastelanders is, still not perfect, but it's far better than what it was. Now all those people that got that, that's not bad. Now it's a pretty good value, but back then.
Do you remember how they came out with the Xbox One X Fallout 76 bundle?
I don't even want to talk about that bundle and how long it was in my fucking store. Because nobody wanted it. Even during Christmas, nobody wanted it.
It was $100 cheaper than the Xbox One X by itself with no game. Literally, you could put the two side by side, and put the $300 price tag or the $400 price tag on each one, and people still spend $100 to actively avoid a game that came with it.
See if that was me, I wouldn't avoid that. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, literally, you know what I would do? I would buy the game, take the receipt, wad it up, throw it at Jen, and then walk out because that's where the code is for the game. Be like, you can have it. And then walk out with my
you
console.
take your receipt and you take the survey and then you throw it away.
What is it with you and these surveys?
They tell me how good I am at my job.
We know how good you are because without you, I wouldn't go in.
Like, honestly.
Oh, don't be hating on Sean and Tyler like that.
And there's also Caitlin. I mean, you know, I love
No, Caitlin doesn't work for us no more, and I hate it.
Oh,
I miss Caitlin.
Oh.
No.
She comes in there still because her and Timmy, they still buy all their stuff there, but she doesn't work for GameStop anymore. It makes me real sad because now I'm literally the only girl in my store.
Shout out to Juneteeth. I hope you guys had a good one. It was very worth it. I'm glad that we're gonna make it a national holiday, or like it's leaning towards that way. Stone, did you get the half day yesterday? You never did tell me.
No.
That's something like, I don't, you know, if all banks should just go ahead and do that. If we celebrate Columbus Day, we better celebrate this one, you know?
No.
We shouldn't. We should celebrate Leif Erikson Day. I mean, if we're gonna
Ding-a-ding-a-ding.
look, if we're gonna celebrate a marauding rapist, at least get the one with the cool axe. Okay?
Yeah. I feel you, Coach. Also, dang it. Did that just
That wasn't a good argument at all.
I mean, it kind of just slipped my mind. Whoa.
Are
Also,
we getting gaming news mid-podcast again? Are we getting new news mid-podcast again?
I was going to say, they did, going back to Black Lives Matter, they did arrest one of the cops that shot Breonna Taylor. They got him on rape allegations.
Is that the one that got fired?
Yes. They should just go ahead and arrest him for murder, but while we haven't done that yet, it's kind of weird. I don't know. Like,
we got a baby step there. Maybe two.
But my problem is with the situation is how slow Kentucky is acting on this, you know?
Yeah. And, like, everybody blames Governor Bashir for it, but, like...
Does he really have any...
It's not his jurisdiction, unfortunately. It's Louisville, and I don't know about the mayor of Louisville. I don't live there.
None of us do.
But like, one of my friends lives there. He comes in every other weekend, pretty much, except for recently because he's been doing a lot of stuff to get ready to move back here. And he's just like, I don't like the mayor here. The mayor here is dumb.
Yeah.
And I was like, our mayor is all right, I guess.
Isn't our mayor on the side, or sorry, y'all's mayor, because I'm in a different place, on the side of the Owensboro Fairness campaign?
Believe so, yes.
Shout out to Jason Williams. Hopefully he won't be on the ballot this coming week, but he will be up for it in November. He's becoming a strong voice for the community. We love to see it.
Yeah.
We don't ever talk political, but in the last couple of weeks we had to because everything's going on. There's no way to avoid it, and we shouldn't. We need to use the platform correctly. With that being said, like, justice being served in so many different ways. No knock law was finally passed in Louisville. And also, if you're going to, like, this is one thing I just have to say off topic, not trying to be off topic, is that if someone like us posts something online about anything, like, I think I said, like, today's a good day to arrest the Breonna Taylor's murderers. If you sit there and comment for like 60 plus comments, and then the next day tell me like, no, I had to delete all those comments because I was afraid of losing my job, you shouldn't ever post it in the first place. That's how I feel. Like
Sean had that. Like, he had that discussion with me, and he's just like, look, I don't give a single solitary hell what you post online. He's like, as long as you're not defaming the company, as long as you're not like defaming the store or anybody that works here, or you're not saying something that's like so out in left field that there's no possible way for me to defend you or Tyler or anybody that works here. He's like, use your voice. He's like, you're young, and that's good that you and your friends and anybody that you talk to, you guys are young, use your voice, because he's like, you guys are the ones that are going to change things. And he's just like, go at it.
Yeah.
And like I've said before, like a million times on this podcast, like I love Sean. Like Sean is the best, coolest, freaking most awesome boss ever. Because he doesn't like treat any of us like just people that work for him. So like we all get like specialized Christmas presents every year. We always have like a limit on how much we can all spend, but we have like a secret Santa kind of thing. And we just give gifts to each other, and that's how I got my favorite Captain America mug. It's how I got some of my Macho Man cup and my Ultimate Warrior cup, because he got them for me for Christmas one year. So like, and like he lets me, if I work on Wednesdays, he lets me open so I can be off for wrestling. Like most bosses are like, nah, you gotta work. I don't care if you have something to watch on TV, you can watch it later. He's just like, yeah, you don't have to close, you can open. I'm like, cool, thanks.
Dan, you are like I said across the pond. What is it like over there with everything going on with protests?
Yeah, I mean, the way everybody feels about it is that, you know, it doesn't matter sort of where things are sort of mainly going on now. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't matter who's affected more or anything. You know, anybody being affected by a particular issue affects everybody, no matter where they are. So, you know, everybody, you know, a lot of people here are, you know, sort of taking things into their hands and, you know, making sure that voices are heard and things like that, which is understandable. You know, because there's no wrong time to make the message clear. You know, and you know, like I was saying, it doesn't matter where it happens. You know, some people, you know, some people say, oh, you know, it's happening in another country. It doesn't, this doesn't need to happen here. And it's like, well, no, it does, because you know, we're all connected in ways that we you know, like, you know, I'm here talking to you guys, and you know, we're, you know, do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like it doesn't matter where things go on, and you know.
Yeah, you're from the UK and we're filthy colonials. We get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But yeah, like, you know, everyone's doing their bit, and that's what's important, really. And you know, there's a lot of things going on here, you know, which is understandable. And you know, I'm not at the forefront of protests in person, you know, in London doing that. I'm not sort of out there, but I am, you know, of the, you know, opinion that, you know, what's happening right now with everybody making their voices heard is the right thing, and everybody needs to, you know, just come together and just, you know, just put everything behind us and just move together, you know,
Yeah,
and that's what's important.
Absolutely. Stone, you got any final thoughts on this? Close it, OG.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it's we're all humans. We're all a lot more similar than we are different. That's for sure. And we live, of course, in an international community. You know, issues that are in one part of the world affect, you know, things that go on halfway around the world, right? So, like, you know, race relations is a thing that's everywhere. Even though race is a stupid concept to begin with, but it's a thing that we live with now. It's part of our culture, so it is something that we recognized. So, like I say, we just, you know, need to recognize that, you know, we're all humans, we're all people, we're all brothers and sisters. So, you know,
For real.
we should just respect that.
We all started out in Africa anyway, so why are we getting mad?
right?
Not a joke. That is true. But anyways, with that being said, yeah, just keep fighting the message. The youth, like Jen said, number 2 said, was like, this is crazy. Gen Z's like, nah, we ain't having this. Like
I said, like you guys know how my parents are. They're old. They don't exactly think that, because they only see the bad side of the protest, and they only see like that's dangerous. And I think I told you guys when I went to the protest downtown that they were worried that like it was going to get like really rowdy, and it just like none of the protests ever start with the intent of, hey, let's go burn down City Hall or let's go burn down the courthouse or something.
No.
There are probably like maybe 1% of people that go to a protest that have, for lack of better terminology right now, evil intentions. But like my mom and dad think that it's good that I get to use my voice to support things I love, and they've kind of started to understand more, because I sit down and talk to them sometimes, and I was like, it's not that like, because my mom is like was one of those like all lives matters people, and I'm like, Mom, that's not like it, like it's not them being like we're more important than you, we're not in danger. And then I was like, we're not in danger, Mom. Like, we can comfortably sit in this house without like a care in the world. And I was like, I have friends that can't do that. I have black friends, I have gay friends, I have transgender friends. And like I've said before, like I just want the people that I love and the people that I care for, I want them to have the same life I do, because I think I've even mentioned like I didn't actually realize how privileged, for I guess lack of another better word, but it's probably the best one. I actually am being, a white female.
Yeah.
So the female part's kind of iffy, but
Yeah.
but not the fact that I'm not a female, but
we got you. Number
you know what I mean.
We got you.
No, I've got questions now.
Stone, way to be that guy.
I was gonna say it. Well, let's just go. Continue.
Yeah, but like I said, like my mom and dad, like they keep saying like they're set in their ways, but like sometimes I'll just be sitting in here and I'll be like playing Animal Crossing or reading or something, and they'll just be like, I have a question. And I'll be like, okay. And they'll ask me something. I'll be like, I don't know like 100% like what that is, but like give me a little bit. And I'm like, I'll ask somebody, I'll Google it, I'll look it up, I'll go to the library, I'll do something. I'll figure something out. I think my dad's actually been watching like a series. I don't know where he's been watching it, but every time I go in to see him, he's always watching this series about like the history of like Black culture. And it's been really interesting, because I don't know if he's skipping around or just watching straight through. Because my dad's one of those people and I hate it. But I think the last one he was watching was about Malcolm X, and is real interesting because he's so into it. Like my dad's into like a lot of things, and if he's not into something, like you can definitely tell. But he has like a little notebook, you guys. And I don't read it because that feels wrong. So sometimes I ask him about it and he won't talk to me about it. So I don't know what's going on there, but I just think it's cute that he has a little notebook when he's watching this stuff. So I don't know. I just think my dad's really cute sometimes. My mom's a different story, but well, Cub knows my mom.
The video you sent me, I was like, oh yeah.
My Facebook memory of her watching, let's see, it was this month, so it was probably a Backlash or Extreme Rules or something. And like that was only part of it because the video was like 10 minutes long.
Holy shit.
But like
I think what's
that
cool,
video, I was like, I have to show Perry.
What's funny is that like when like people start dabbling into like, I don't know if y'all realize it, like when people start dabbling into like black culture or other cultures, it's just like for this country in particular, it seems to be, I don't know if y'all feel this way, but like when black people are progressive, this country does better. I don't know if y'all feel that way or I've seen it yet, but it seems to be legit in anything that we look at. Movies, not gaming yet, but it's coming. Sports, businesses, dancing, you know, that kind of stuff is legit. So just like, why would we oppress people that make this country better, you know?
Look what happened when Elvis took on black culture and made rock and roll.
Yeah, like those are things that we had to think about, or like it's just cool, and like it's always awesome to have your guys' opinions because like we all live different lifestyles, but it's just like I'd never like endured some of it, but like we actually had some of those conversations still growing up, if that makes sense. Like, yo, cops, or what life is like to be black.
This is the thing. Like these issues have always been around, and it's only now really that our kind of generation is really sort of pushing this message to say like, look, this ain't fucking cool.
Yeah, because what's funny is that like with you and me, Dan, was like we were talking on Twitter just without actually talking, and all of a sudden like, let's do a podcast. That should be no problem whatsoever with that. So like we didn't see color or anything like that. I was like, oh, he's from Britain. Let's get him on. That'd be kind of cool, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just
all nationality.
It was like really weird because you know how like Disney Plus has like old Disney Channel shows and movies and stuff. I had completely forgotten about the movie The Color of Friendship.
Wow.
And dude, that movie, because like when it came out, I was probably like 7 or 8. So I didn't like fully grasp the concept of it, and I rewatched it the other day. That movie's real deep. And with everything that's going on, I don't know why nobody has added it to a list of movies that you need to watch.
Is Do the Right Thing on there yet, or no? I feel like the Spike Lee's movie needs to be on there.
I haven't seen a list pop up recently. I know a couple of the ones I read didn't have Just Mercy on it.
I just saw where it's free for the entire weekend. I just saw where where Just Mercy was free this weekend on Apple TV.
Because I got Apple TV when I got my new phone for a year. So I've been watching a lot of stuff on there, and they sent me like a notification yesterday. They're like, all these are free for the weekend for Juneteenth. And I'm like, I'm gonna watch a bunch of that though.
Yeah.
So like I own Just Mercy, because I think I told you when we went to see it, Perry, that I was going to buy this movie.
Yeah.
And I gotten around to actually looking into the true stuff it's based off of, and it's actually like really interesting. Like their website's really interesting. Their Facebook page, they share like different black stories, like law stories and stuff like that. And I think it's been really interesting to read because there are things that like I didn't know about. And like I didn't, because when we saw that movie, I know like we were trying real hard not to cry. Because it was for like, I guess technically it's not a biopic, but Uh, it was really intense at times, especially like the prison ones and like everybody bonding in the prison, and then like how they are when they know that they're up for uh the chair, and watching, because I think there was a scene where we got to watch the
Execution. Yeah.
yeah,
Without
the
spoiling. Without
execution.
spoiling. Like there's an
Yeah, without
execution
spoiling,
scene.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, because that one you got to see the reactions, you didn't see the execution,
Yeah.
and it was insane how like that got me. Like I cried in the theater, and I cried again when I watched Just Mercy a few days ago. Um, and it's not. I usually like with biopics and semi nonfiction movies, because I guess technically that's what this would be. It'd be fall in between like a biopic and like half partial fiction mixed with nonfiction.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I'm sure there's a little bit that was like elevated for movies. But it's just really weird watching stuff like that now and being like, and people being like, this hasn't always been an issue, and then you're watching and reading all this stuff where it's been an issue for decades and centuries, and
But that's
how people can sit there and be like, nah, it's only been a problem for like this long, and then like
no,
Martin
it's a
Luther King
history.
Jr. And I'm just like, yeah, that thing that he was fighting back then, yeah, we're still fighting that today.
Yeah.
Just so you're all aware.
Yeah.
It may not be like, it's not as segregated as it was
Okay.
back then.
Okay.
But there are places where it's probably, it still feels that way, I'm sure.
I love the hesitation because she was trying to figure out the word.
Yeah, I couldn't. I was like, I know the word. I do. I was like, it starts with an S.
Yeah.
My brain's not working.
Also,
I'm still like emotionally.
Used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still emotionally messed up from The Last of Us. I'm only like 4 hours into it, and I'm still like really emotionally fucked up.
Before let's keep on with the bad news. Sorry.
Bad news, yay!
Yeah, let's keep it with the bad news. Cyberpunk was delayed. 2077 was delayed. From what they said from the article is, we have decided to move the launch of Cyberpunk 2077 from September 17th to November 19th. Those of you who are familiar with the way we make games, that we won't ship something which is not ready. Ready when it's done is not just a phrase we say because it sounds right. It's something we live by even when we know we'll take the heat for it. At the same time, we are fully aware that making such a decision costs us your trust, and trading trust for additional time is one of the hardest decisions as a game developer can make. And despite we think it's right, it's the right decision for the game, we still like to apologize for making you wait longer. Our intention is to make 2077 something that will stay with you for years to come. In the end, we hope you understand why we did what we did. At the same time we are writing these words, Cyberpunk 2077 is finished both content and gameplay wise, which is key to know. The quest, the cutscenes, the skills and items, all the adventures Night City has to offer, it's all there. But with such an abundance of content and complex systems interweaving with each other, we need to properly go through everything, balance game mechanics, and fix a lot of bugs. A huge world means a huge number of things to iron out, and we will spend the additional time doing exactly that. This week, journalists from all over the world are starting to independently play the game. We are eager and quite stressed to hear their opinions, as well as your reactions when they publish their previews right after we air Night City Wire on the 25th of June, which is next Thursday. We hope this will satisfy some of your hunger for the game as we work to polish it for the November launch. React.
So the diamond's cut, they gotta polish it.
Yeah.
In CD Projekt Red, like, they delayed The Witcher a lot. And The Witcher 3 is one of my favorite games. Like, I still haven't completed that game at 100%. There's so much to do. And, like, while, like, yeah, I get it. Like, I had that game, I have it 100% paid off. I have all my games 100% paid off at this point. But, uh, like, I don't understand. Like, I get that you're excited for this game, and I get that it's one of our like really anticipated games because we've all been like waiting for it for years at this point. And I mean, I'd rather have a good game and have a game that will stick with me, like they said, than have a game that's full of bugs that I was excited for and um just not be the game that we want it to be. And I think they know how heavily anticipated this game is, but it's also CD Projekt Red. It's not like this is a new thing for CD Projekt Red to push a game back because they don't think it's 100% ready. Um, and they're sending it out to people to start like previewing it and things of that nature. So it would be different if they said like, "Hey, we've gone gold, and there you go, and we've gone gold, and but we got to push it back." Like that would be different. But they haven't gone gold, and they're actively keeping us updated with the game. They don't have to do that. They can just be like, "It's delayed till then. See you in November." But they don't. They give us like actual full statements on why they've like delayed this game. It's not like they were like, "So we decided to push the game back because like, you know,
we felt like it,
reasons."
you know.
There's a couple of things that I think about when I saw this this announcement for the delay. Firstly, the thing is I don't think people are angry at CD Projekt because we all know what their intentions are. You know, there might be a small minority of people that are crying their eyes out and they just want it now, and but I think the majority of us, we're sensible enough to know that they are putting us at the forefront of their of their you guys know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but
producer
they're
team, developing team.
yeah, like they're trusted enough already, to release a quality product is basically what I'm saying. Like, and one thing that kind of I read when I saw that post, I was thinking to myself, what are you guys talking about? Like they were kind of making it seem like we're going to lose trust because they're delaying the game. It's like, no, we're not losing trust at all. Like, if anything, you delaying the game is the best thing you guys can do. Like, if it's not ready, don't release it. That's fine. More trust to you.
Yeah.
But why? I don't get that kind of message that was in there that was kind of making it seem like we the community would kind of be like, oh well, I don't know if they're going to trust us now if we delay this. It's like, no, like there's more trust with a delay, especially with a 2 to 3 month delay. That's a lot of time to be able to stomp out some
I think
dirtiness within the game that might still be there. And not only that, guess what's in November? Like, clearly PS5. Like, there is possibly an under the rug deal, a bit of money there to say, look, release this game on PS5 launch day.
Well, apparently, what I gather, I didn't actually put the article in our topics. It says that the next gen smart thing is not coming until next year, anyways.
Well, either way, I think they're going to have like an optimized version for it, but not fully optimized. That's I think what I read.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll go in and like upgrade more of the game when the game after the game's released in the next year. But like all the versions will have like a resolution that they will run at to, you know, that would be expected from that platform at launch at least.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they wouldn't be running at like 1080p. You know, Xbox One X will probably be like 1440p or a locked 1080p without any problems. PS4 Pro will be 1440p. You know, Xbox One, Jesus. What is going to happen there? I don't know. It's going to be like watching a YouTube video in 360p. Like, I don't know. But you know, I think there was probably a conversation like, look, I'll you know, because we don't actually know. Well, I don't think we know exactly what the launch lineup is for PS5 or Xbox Series X, but
we call it the loaf
I
here.
Yeah, we call it the Xbox loaf here, just so we don't have to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or the
But-
mini fridge, whatever you want to call it.
But how good would that be for their sales if Cyberpunk launched on the same day as one of those platforms? Like everybody would be flocking to that particular platform, and everybody would be buying that game for sure with that console. You know, I think there's probably something to do with it there. You know, just to sort of boost hardware sales in a way.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you guys, but who is it? Just me? But like, are we all jumping on next gen this year? I'm not.
I don't do first year.
I'll be there.
Yeah, like,
I'll be there.
Stone fanboy.
Yeah,
Well-
no one would be the person. Yeah.
I don't know. It depends on what the launch titles are. It depends on what comes out this year. Because the game I'm most excited about is Horizon Forbidden West, and that's been pushed back to 2021. Apparently, that's not a this year title.
Yeah.
I
Well-
really want Spider-Man, but with it being so close to like the end of the PS4, I don't see them just putting it on the PS5. But it's an extreme possibility that they might.
And then that's when
But-
she jumps on.
Yeah, I want Spider. Like I've said before, I freaking love Miles Morales, and like getting to do this game is really exciting. Even if it's in the same like field as like Far Cry New Dawn, and stuff like that, Lost Legacy. But like, how can you not be excited about a Spider-Man game? Like, no matter who the Spider-Man is.
I
Like,
can tell you that from what I've said, from what I've heard from the actual Insomniac game president about the Spider-Man game, it takes place a year after the events of Spider-Man. It takes place.
Miles hit some kind of crazy ass
Yeah,
growth spurt
yeah.
because like.
Yeah, that's a year. You know, like it's during Christmas time.
Oh wait, he got bit by the. He wasn't bit by the spider yet when we met him in Spider-Man, right?
No, he was.
Yeah, he did get bit. He did get bit.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
it's been a hot minute since I've played Spider-Man. I've slept a lot since then,
Yeah.
and I've played Lollipop Chainsaw too.
Oh gosh,
So-
36.
Gotta do it.
Yeah.
Let's just,
I don't really have like a segue for it this time, so.
But the thing is, though, it's like whenever like we actually like, I guess not being behind the scenes, we get shirts made. We gotta say when it says "Ask me my lollipop count" or something like.
Ask me about my Lollipop Chainsaw account.
Yeah, that'd be funny. But that's cool. It takes place a year afterwards of the events from Spider-Man, but they wouldn't tell how big the game was. I'm like, okay. Thank you.
It's
Yeah, I
all
think
under the same potential
we're
of
gonna
Lost
go to
Legacy.
Jersey or something terrible like that.
Yeah. Jersey.
Jersey.
Not trying to see Snooki.
Ugh.
Oh no!
So
Anyways.
I'm trying to find it, but I can't right now. But I found somebody. It was a Reddit post, I think, that
Oh
created
god.
their own printable banner. You know, like GameStop hangs up on the wall, the posters.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was for Cyberpunk, and it said coming soon, and then it said December 31st, 2076.
Dang.
And I was like, oh, because of the delay, they think it's not going to come out until 2077.
Stone, what are your thoughts?
I think that would be hilarious.
Stone, what are your thoughts on it? You're fine
Unfortunately,
with
like with marketing stuff like that, even like if like a game has like posters, and then they end up like canceling said game, like that stuff just gets thrown away. Like, we don't keep it. It just goes in the trash.
Yeah, I keep trying to get some free stuff, but I always the ones I want. I always am like too late to get there.
Yeah,
Wow.
all you gotta do is just be like, hey, this poster, I want it. We'll check and see if it has a name on it. If not, we'll stick your name and your number on it and we'll call you when it comes down.
Yeah, no.
That's
remember
how
the,
Stone
local
and Jason got Borderlands stuff. That's how Jason got his Final Fantasy thing / Tomb Raider thing. That we had to fit in the back of my Grand Prix. So I don't know how it fit in there and it didn't like get super ruined. Cause like the back of a Grand Prix is not very big, you guys.
No.
I mean, it wouldn't fit in my trunk, so I had to put it in the back seat of my car. And I was like, because Jason was at work, and I had texted Ryan because it was his day off, and I was like, "Can you help me get this in my car?"
Stone, what are
I
your
was
thoughts
like,
on
I don't want to
Cyberpunk, bro?
dent it, but like
Well,
it's for Jason.
So, well, I don't know. I feel like it's fine. I mean, you're not gonna get to play it either way, so what's the point getting all pissed off about it not
Yeah.
being delayed and stuff? So, I feel like it's a smarter move anyway, from like a business standpoint, for them to push the game back to around the launch of both of the next generation consoles that are both coming out this holiday season, which is going to be insane. So like, it's a multi-platform game. You want to sell it on as many copies as you can on as many platforms as you can. So why not wait until closer and possibly like the same week or the week after or the week before, right around when the consoles come out.
Yeah.
I feel like that will drive sales up even higher.
Well, I think I've said it to you, number two, and Dan. This is what I thought when I saw the release of the game, like when it's coming out. I don't know if you saw this, but it gives the window open for The Last of Us to win Game of the Year with no problem.
You did text me about that. You were like, it's out of the window. It's like
Yeah.
right outside the window too.
Yeah, so
like,
it's like
just barely outside the window.
literally.
Like Death
what do you
Stranding was
mean,
right in the window. It was really weird.
Like outside the window. So like
No, hold on. So like, what do you mean, Last of Us like only like winning Game of the Year without
Ghost
any
of Tsushima
competition?
is coming out this year,
Right.
Terry.
I don't.
Avengers is
no.
coming out, but it's probably not going to win.
Like, look, it gives like clear cut. Like, I don't know, Ghost could be a masterpiece, 10 out of 10 game. I don't know, but at the end of the day, who do you think is gonna win between Ghost or Last of Us?
Goose.
Oh shit.
Probably Ghost, yeah, because
you think Ghost is gonna beat? Wow.
I think it's possible. Yeah, the only reason for that is because let's not forget. I think it was last year or the year before. Do you guys remember which one Game of the Year?
Sekiro won Game of the Year last year.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. This is what I mean. Like, who would have thought?
But the thing is,
yeah, because it was up with some really good ones too.
I'm the only one that hasn't beat Death Stranding. Everybody else here has. I know you really like that game. Yeah.
Extreme Mail Carrier of the Future.
Yeah.
I don't think Death Stranding deserves Game of the Year. It's innovative. I like it. It definitely made me develop a feeling or something. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but yeah, the game was kind of a slog at
Thank
points. Like
I get like Kojima tried to do something really cool, and it was. Like I still don't fully fucking understand what is going on in that game. But it wasn't to the point where I thought it was going to be. Because I think I remember telling you guys, like, I was like, I'm gonna play this whole game, and someone's gonna come in and ask me what it's about, and I'm gonna be like,
yeah, yeah, it's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best way I describe Death Stranding is like you literally can't put it into words. So the best thing I've said to people is like it's like a Marmite. I don't know if you guys know what a Marmite is. But like Marmite's something you have on toast here, and it's like you love it or you hate it, and you've just got to try it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's literally the way to describe it. It's like it, in my opinion, is something that nobody should miss out on and not try. because if you like it, chances are you'll love it. But you know, there's always going to be that middle ground opinion, that's sort of like, not sure, but yeah, it was okay. But you know, the majority don't like it, obviously. But
Dan,
you know,
I'm gonna say it like this. Every time I try to start that game up, I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like playing this right now.
see, that's fine, Perry. Perry, that is absolutely fine. So, but one day you might pick up the game and you'll sink 120 hours into it and you won't even know it.
The thing with Death Stranding is it's kind of like required reading. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like it's a game that everybody should play.
Yeah.
Not everybody is going to though.
But
I would definitely
people
play
that love
it.
it definitely wouldn't regret it. Put it that way.
What people here on this podcast keep saying, like, you got to play it. Just like, okay, let me fit into the schedule somehow, and I'll play
Right.
it.
This is the thing. This is the thing, Perry. Don't fit it in a schedule. Just like right. Put yourself in this situation. Yeah. You can obviously tell I love the game.
Yeah, I know.
But like, you know, you're in bed, right? You don't know what else to do. There's no films to watch. There's no games to play. Play Death Stranding.
That's exactly what it is. Like, I was able to actually knock out Ratchet and Clank a week ago for the first time ever. I'm like, oh, I really enjoyed that game. Like, you know. So,
and speaking of Ratchet and Clank, Rifts Apart, like that game seems
Oh
pretty tight.
yeah,
I can't wait. The
it
Lombax,
looks so good, man.
the female Lombax is a playable character. I did see that.
That is nice, yeah. Also, I think that game is really going to showcase what a PS5 can do.
Yes, I can't wait.
Like even that pre-alpha footage that they had in the PS5 state of play was really interesting. Like even in pre-alpha, that game looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like it had some like frame drops, but it was pre-alpha, so I didn't think too much of it.
What?
Okay, so this is one thing that I kind of didn't really like with CD Projekt Red. I don't know if you guys remember the original footage that they released of The Witcher 3.
I know.
Do you guys remember that? Remember seeing it? It looked like so different compared to like what came out, and I know that's kind of part of the course now. But it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, you know, we just get shit all over by companies, but you know, but anyway, like, you know, so that pre-alpha footage from Cyberpunk 2077, I don't imagine it will resemble that 100%.
Yeah,
like,
we'll find out Thursday. It's for real. We'll find out.
Yeah, for
we'll
sure.
definitely find out Thursday. What I was saying about the whole window is just the fact of, like, when you look at it, like, think about Game of the Year. Of course, Last Ups will be up for it, Ghost of Tsushima, and like the fact that CD Projekt Red might not get a chance to showcase its like big game for Game of the Year. It's just like it's kind of like a conspiracy theory. Huh?
Ooh. I was gonna say it might just be a shoo-in for next year's game of the year, but next year has some pretty heavy hitters too, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, like Horizon. I know, like
Horizon, yeah.
Like when Stone sees Horizon, it's gonna be like, look, nothing else.
Stone's gonna be like, I'm gonna get it.
We all are. Like, I can't wait.
Stone's gonna be like, everybody want to come over to my house and watch it on my freaking giant ass TV so we can get it in like the best quality.
Oh gosh.
So like I kind of want to wait on my PS5 until Horizon comes out, and I'm sure there will be a special edition PS5 for Horizon.
That's
I'm thinking of waiting until a PS5 Pro until I jump in, to be honest with you, because there was nothing more frustrating for me than having the PS4 and then having that stop gap in the middle, which was so much better than the base console. Like if you guys haven't sort of gone from one to the other, like it's significantly better. Like you would struggle really to like play on a base. Like going from a base Xbox One to an Xbox One X is just insanely better.
Hear my PlayStation 4 sing right now, like humming to me while I'm playing The Last of Us. It's just like, yep, this is getting the full power.
My Pro doesn't sound too bad with The Last of Us. Which is weird because I told Perry, I opened because the case was heavier, so like than a normal case. So when I picked it up, I was like, cool, maybe there's like a map in here or some shit. because I didn't
Second
look
disc.
online. I didn't want to read spoilers. And there's 2 discs in it. And I was like, oh, it's about to be Red Dead Redemption 2 all over again. It's going to take
about to be
like
some
30
shit.
million hours to download the first disc. And then it's going to take another 30 million hours for the second disc to load. And I was like, I'm not ready. And then it was like almost done, like, I think within like maybe 5 minutes.
So Jen, on your Pro, are you playing on like a 4K HDR enabled TV?
I switched between my TV and the one in the living room. The one in the living room is 4K Ultra HD. Mine's just it's just a standard
Okay.
smart TV.
Right, because like, so my PS4 Pro, that thing sounds like a fucking jet engine.
It really
Yeah,
does.
same
Like
here.
it is
Especially
going
when you're
like.
pushing 4K, especially. Yeah, it
I-
really
Gosh,
does make it
I
go.
can't believe it. It's just like I put it on boost mode too. It's just like, oh gosh, this
I
looks
mean,
different.
I clean my system thoroughly like once every 2 weeks.
Really? Wow.
That's over.
I mean,
Yeah,
damn.
I work at GameStop, okay? I've seen some nasty shit. I'm not about to get a nasty shit system, okay?
See, I've had my PS4 Pro since 2017, I think,
Mhm.
and I only opened it up maybe 2 weeks ago, and and seriously, it was maybe I thought it might have been way worse than it was, and you know I was probably done cleaning it after about 5 minutes. It weren't really that bad, and I was expecting cockroaches because I saw those articles years ago. But you know I thought I'd see something in there, but it was nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. But I thought maybe that's why it's sort of kicking up, but really it's just the PS4 Pro fan. It's just
Yeah, it's
so,
just going because
yeah.
like I think even guys from Kind of Funny said that they were playing Last of Us. He's like, that's going super because it's pushing it right. Like Ghost of Tsushima is going to be the last way because these are the final 2 games of the PlayStation 4, like solely for like exclusively for it. So,
Yeah.
This is the thing that PS5 needs to get right, though. It is literally the fans. Like, I mean, if you're using an Xbox One X and then you go to a PS4 Pro, it's like you've just turned a Hoover on.
Yeah.
So did you
I think
watch?
the PS5 should have used water cooling system, but you know those fans are a lot quieter.
I think they have got a vapor chamber in there, but I know Xbox Series X does, like the One X. But honestly, the One X, you're playing a really demanding game on there. You know, 4K, it's running natively and it's running at 60 FPS at the same time, and the fans are so quiet you can literally hear the electrical buzzing sound from the hardware inside it. Like it's crazy.
So, Dan, did you watch the PS5 hardware reveal back in February with Mark Cerny?
I tried not to fall asleep.
I get into that sort of stuff. I'm a tech guy. I like that sort of stuff, so I
Same,
watched
me
it all the way
too.
through.
Me too.
But
Stone
me too.
was like Stone's wet dream in February.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing about the PS5 is that it's going to supply a constant amount of power to the system, and the components will have variable frequency. So
yeah.
the CPU, GPU, they will vary in the frequency that they're running at, but they will constantly have a certain amount of power going to it. Therefore, they'll be generating a constant amount of heat.
Exactly.
So the cooling system should never kick up into high gear like it does now. So it should always make the same amount of noise in theory.
We'd hope, but it's like with a like I you know when I'm away from home I use a gaming laptop and I have to down clock that and reduce the power limits of it to just make it a bit less, you know, okay. Like I'm in front of something that's going pretty crazy here and I'm like, you know, pretty damn close to the screen on this and it's a bit annoying, you know, and when the power on that is adjusting, or when you downclock the CPU rather, you literally see a difference in every aspect. But I don't know how they're going to go about this variable clock speed on the CPU though, because I can't remember which article I read or video I saw, but it's like on a PC it does that all the time. You know, it's constantly doing that. But on a console, I don't know. I think there are some extra like things to consider when they're doing that. I think, like with the GPU, for example, I think it affects that too. But I do know with the Xbox Series X, it's lower, but it's constant.
Okay, so just so we're clear, they did confirm that robust thing, the free upgrade, will happen to both PS5 and Xbox for Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, that's good.
Good.
Because well, the thing is, like, Xbox has flat out said that we're going to do smart deliveries, so that's going to happen for every game that you buy on Xbox, right?
Yep.
But Sony, because they're not working the storefront angle as much, they haven't really set that in stone. They've just kind of said, we're open to that option, but we're going to leave it up to the developers. If they want to do that, then we'll do that. If not, then I'm not going to force them to.
Well,
So do you think they're going to charge another set for GTA 5 on PS5?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they've got
me?
to, haven't they? Yeah, they've got to. They're sat on that's so much money that they would miss out on if they didn't, and that's the trouble. But everybody is expecting a free upgrade, and that's going to be the kicker. But no one's going to say no. No one's going to say no to putting GTA 5 on their PS5 with a better resolution. But the only issue I've got is that they completely ignored PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. Like they kept those games at 1080p on both platforms when they were more than capable of. I think both of them running at significantly higher resolutions, but they were just ignored, and it doesn't make much sense to me as to why they've done that. But
all I had to say,
I don't know.
All I had to say is fuck Tony Hawk, because we have Skate 4 coming.
They say it was Skate 4. They just said Skate, right?
No, it's Skate 4.
Are we gonna call it Skate 4?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so mad if they're just like Skate and then like some random like subtitle. I'm gonna be like, so you want Skate 4?
Yeah, Skate
right?
4. Yeah, Skate
right.
4. Skate 4 is cooking. So they said that was because we bombarded EA for over the years that make that game happen.
Like, oh my god, we bullied them into making a game.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love it. Like, look, and like because the director came out and said thank you because I've been wanting to make this game.
Thank you for annoying them to the point where they were just like, just fucking make the game. I'm annoyed.
It's kind of like pretty much they pulled a Zack Snyder, you know, like a like.
Like this just makes me think about like when we bullied the studio to like remake Sonic because he looks so bad.
Yeah.
I'm forever gonna use that as a reference for when companies are like, thank you for like sending so many messages. I'll be like, we bullied them into making a game. We bullied them into making this movie.
Yeah. So I guess Stone, I got a message from Jen earlier and said like, yeah, Kingdom Hearts came out with a game. I'm like, yeah, it's a mobile game. And also I looked it up. I'm like, no, it's a rhythm game.
Yeah, I mean, so Japanese consumers have like an obsession with rhythm games.
I love them. I love them. I play them all. I play Hatsune Miku. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not my thing. I don't care for them. It's fine. I think that Atlantis was the worst fucking Kingdom Hearts game or world in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
Fuck them rhythm games. Don't give a shit.
Rhythm games are awesome. They're soothing. They're calming. They're actually a good way to go to bed. You know?
Not me. They're stressful. They're stressful for me.
You're not good at them.
Fuck up because it's fucking not. It is stress.
I think you get stressed about Kingdom Hearts games because of the fact that you tried to take on Sephiroth at level 25.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. Sephiroth needs to be
his ass too.
Oh,
you did? You lie.
I'm gonna say like I didn't even do that. BioWare is actually working on new gen stuff, which is cool. We can get that Dragon Age.
Yeah, better be.
They're working on stuff.
Hopefully, Frostbite will be ditched completely.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't like.
I don't know. Maybe they'll just pull Bethesda and use the same fucking engine for next generation.
I just can't stand that engine. Actually, the more I look at it, I'm like, whatever.
Well, so like their sci-fi RPG Starfield is supposed to be coming out on next gen consoles like next year, I think.
They said no time soon.
No time soon? Oh, okay. Never mind.
I can't imagine it next year. I don't know. I know we've got a lot of time between now and then, but I don't know.
Hey, that
yeah,
Starfield
but
game looked kind of dope. I'm like, if they actually show some gameplay, you know.
Yeah, but they're using the same engine that
Oh.
they used for Skyrim and Oblivion. You know,
Make
like,
a new engine at this point. They just should be. They should be forced to have to make new engines every 5 years or something.
Hey Perry.
Hey Jen.
So you remember when you sent me that Gods and Monsters footage?
Yeah,
Yeah, it got pulled.
I know.
And like I went to rewatch it because I was gonna show Tyler so we could talk about it because we like shit talking games even if they're good, so we'll find a way to shit talk it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tyler loves like he really loves Tekken, and he likes all the JRPGs and stuff like that. But I've never heard somebody that loves a game so much they can talk so much shit about a game.
Because you're good at it, of course.
Because we know my favorite games in the world are Lollipop Chainsaw
37.
and Tomb Raider, and any Tomb Raider, not just like Tomb Raider, but any Tomb Raider. And I'm one of those people that like I know there are faults in those games. I know Lollipop Chainsaw is not everybody's cup of tea. And
yeah.
most people that walk into like GameStop and they're like, "Can you suggest this game for me?" And I'm like, "What do you like?" They're like zombies and bloods and hack, and I'm like, guess what?
Not Devil May Cry.
like lollipops.
You like lollipops and vulgar humor and like swear words? Do you like swear words? Cause like there's like a zombie in here that like throws swear words at you
Okay.
and calls you a vanilla slut. It's
Look,
pretty great.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I plan on playing this game, but the more number 2 talks about it, I feel like I don't need to. You know, like.
No, I talk about it so much because it's one of those games that I know it's never gonna be backwards compatible. It's never gonna get like. It's one of those like cult classic games, and that game is good too. But Lollipop Chainsaw,
Carry on.
but they there's always a time at GameStop where once a year they ask us like what our favorite games are, and it's stuff that goes on the TV. So I don't know how to make Lollipop Chainsaw sound friendly.
Yeah.
And enough to put it on like GameStop TV. Because we had the GameStop Loves Games thing, and it was employees talking about how much like The Last of Us meant to them. And I think one of them was talking about how that was the last game they got to play with their granddad. And their granddad was playing it and he cried during it. And he was like, "That's my fondest memory and that's my favorite game because of like that." And I was like, "Oh, some of these stories."
Happy Father's Day weekend to everyone.
Yeah.
Just thought about that. Just
Did
crazy.
I tell you guys the cake I got for my dad?
No.
So I went to Baskin Robbins to get him a cake because my dad loves ice cream cake. Like it's his favorite thing. No, it didn't melt. It's still at Baskin Robbins. I have to go get it tomorrow. But it, you know, like those like e-cards that everybody shares online with like the plain background, like a little character in the corner and then words. So I got him one of those and it says Happy Father's Day. And it's like, this isn't because something is wrong with my car or because I need $20. Because every time, like, even like the slightest inconvenience happens in my car, like, I could hear something like weird outside my car and think it's my car, and I will automatically call my dad. I'll be like, "Dad, I heard this noise." I'll be like, "You probably just hit a rock. You can just drive."
For real.
Like, yeah, like I get real paranoid. I love my Impala. I love it. It's my favorite car. I don't like the fact that I can't find seat covers that I am 100% in love with and can commit to putting in my car.
I'm literally
So I
looking.
just have like I have my movie theater blanket to protect my butt. But it has heated seats and stuff like that, and I love it. But I like freak out every time I park in a parking lot because I'm terrified somebody's gonna hit my car. Which I have parking lot insurance, so yay. But
Paranoia is a bitch.
yeah, I'm always just like someone's gonna hit my car because like when I worked at Wildcat Warehouse, I would park on the opposite side of the parking lot, but I could still see my car. I watched somebody back into my car and pull away, and I was like, "You didn't even like leave a note, man. Like, what the fuck?
They don't care.
I'm right here. I can see you.
I see you, see me, see you. You know.
I know you saw me see you back into my car.
Okay, Kevin
Like,
Hart.
I know you saw it. But yeah.
Pokemon Snap is being announced.
Yay! Oh my god! I'm so excited for this, and I don't even know why. Because it's probably gonna be another game where I just don't play it because I'm still playing Animal Crossing. But it looks really good, and I'm really excited.
Dan, do you have a Switch?
I do, yeah.
Cool.
Oh man, speaking of like games earlier, like having this obsessive like issue with buying games, like I can't help buying like all these games that get re-released on Switch, even though if I have no intention of playing them again, like
Just know that you
Borderlands and
have them.
BioShock and all that. Yeah. The only problem I've got is like, you know, playing something like Borderlands, for example, and then picking it up on Switch and then having to start all over again. You just kind of like want to pick up where you left off, like on your main platform with your Switch. Like that's like The Witcher has a really good feature which links your Steam cloud save with your Nintendo Switch save, and it lets you pull it back and forth between, so you can play, you know, for hours and hours on your PC, and then you go outside and you pull that save file from Steam to your Switch, and you pick up exactly where you left off. It's insane. That is really what the Switch needs universally, I think.
That is dope.
It's really cool. It's the only game, as far as I'm aware, that has that feature, and again, that's CD Projekt Red being, you know, bloody awesome. But
is there any other
like,
topics that you guys had that maybe I didn't put on because like I didn't really have a huge docket?
Yeah, there's a whole lot going on. Like it got real quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Stone,
it did. It got real quiet after Sony. Everyone's just like, oh, okay.
Stone.
Well, I mean, there's EA. You know, they did their reveal and they showed off a couple of things.
Oh yeah, Star Wars Squadron, which is
they're saying no microtransactions, none of that. They're saying
$40 crossplay.
Yeah.
Dang.
Which is nice.
Free DLC across the board.
Yeah.
That seems interesting.
5v5 though.
That. Like I said, I'm a slut for Star Wars, so anything Star Wars, like I'll give them money for it because I'm just like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, anything like. As soon as I saw like that the trailer was dropping, I'm like, okay, cool. And then they said first person, I'm like, oh well.
And
maybe.
Persons.
Yeah, I kind of get sick playing first person games, so it's like, oh well.
Dang.
I'm kind of curious if they will do like PlayStation VR support with that, because that'd be pretty neat.
They've got to.
Dude. Oh.
Yeah, they've got to.
Speaking of VR, Iron Man VR is still set to come out next month, so I'm still real excited about that.
When's that come out? July 17th?
I believe, yeah, it's the 17th.
That's the same day as Ghost.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna play Ghost before I play Iron Man, because like no one's gonna come in and spoil Iron Man, because everybody in Owns World does not have a VR system, so it's less likely for a VR game to get spoiled for me. Which I avoided spoilers for the Inpatient, because I was real worried, because it's like partially connected to Until Dawn, and we all know I love Until Dawn, but I was real worried because I was like, someone's gonna come in and they're gonna ruin this, and I'm gonna be real mad about it, and nobody ruined it, and then I got to play it, and I was real glad nobody ruined it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I think that everyone here, which I'm super proud of, I think we all avoided spoilers for The Last of Us.
Really,
Yay!
luckily, yeah.
Oh my gosh, like.
Dude, I went to order the Joel exclusive Pop Funko to ship to somebody's house at work. And I hit a button and it scrolled all the way to the bottom where there are like reviews for stuff. And people were leaving spoilers on the Pop Funko. And the Pop Funko doesn't have a picture, so it's not like it was a spoiler for the Pop Funko. Which it might be. I don't know really, because I don't know what it looks like. But I was like, man, and I was just like, no, I'm gonna scroll back up because I don't even want to read it. I don't want to read it.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about The Last of Us though is I don't know if any of you guys have like external drives, external hard drives that you use with your PS4. Don't play The Last of Us on an external drive because it doesn't play nicely. I learned that the hard way today.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No. Straight
Yeah.
hard drive, straight.
Yeah. Basically, what happened was I was playing it and like in the cutscenes, the characters were like going into their T poses.
Oh
Ooh.
no.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, like the bit. Well, no, I'm not going to say nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were just going into that like that awkward like.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
say,
It was really bad because it's like within literally 15 minutes, but I knew exactly what the issue was because it happened when I was playing Uncharted 4 when that came out, and the way Naughty Dog games like handle like just the general constant loading of the game, it just doesn't play nicely with a hard drive over USB. So yeah, just don't
So
yeah.
no, you're fine. So I think before we switch gears for like the main topic, like get through most of it. Number 2, wrestling news. Let's talk about the greatest match ever. Saying how I don't think it was from
Okay.
what people have been saying.
My issue with this, other than the fact that they ruined the Greatest Showman beginning for me and the end of the Greatest Showman, like I'm really, really salty that they ruined my favorite song in the Greatest Showman, because like it's even the Panic at the Disco one. So for me to not like a Panic at the Disco song is astronomically like fucky, and I'm so mad because they billed it as the greatest wrestling match ever. And then when the show came around, they're like, it could probably be the greatest wrestling match ever. It's either going to be or it's not. You can't sit there and say maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It's either going to be or it's not. There's not an in between for that. And like Edge has been out for a while. Some of the spots were really concerning for me, especially knowing all the surgery that Edge had to have and stuff like that.
The fact that he was injured during that taping too,
Yes, he was injured during that taping too. Yeah, not his actual like what put him out injury, but he's on the shelf for I believe a minimum of 6 months.
Sheesh.
I think it might be 6. It might be 6 weeks. I'll have to look it up. But that whole show, like it was fine. Like it wasn't anything great. It had some like the women's tag team match was pretty great. I like a real big advocate for women's wrestling though. So, like I really liked it because it got to show off like all 3 tag teams and stuff like that. I mean, like the Raw women's match was nah, because I just don't like Nia Jax. I think she's extremely unsafe in the ring.
You're correct though. It's 6 to 8 months.
Yes. Oh, cool, awesome. Which would put him back around
December.
the Rumble again.
Yeah.
So, guess
When he
we'll
came
see
back.
where that goes. But like I don't know, like I just don't really remember a whole lot from this pay-per-view, unfortunately. And I don't know if it's because it was like a back-to-back kind of thing, because they had like NXT the week before. Just there's so much going on. That was not the week before, but wrestling just blurs together for me right now.
Understandable.
But the issue with like what WWE is doing, they're pre-taping pay-per-views, Raw and SmackDown, and NXT is live, which is why you don't get to read spoilers for NXT. But like you're filming them all at the same place. Like all your shows are taking place at your performance center. Film them all live. There's no harm in filming them all live. There's just not.
Also, what I've gathered is that they had to stop taping because some of their talent has caught the virus and COVID-19.
Yeah, somebody tested positive. One of the developmental talents got it because they've been using the NXT developmental talents for like the fans, which is real cool. But it's people that we don't see on NXT all the time. Maybe like occasionally you see them on NXT, but it's not anybody big like Johnny Gargano, Keith Lee. It's not anybody big. So I think that's really cool. Like I said, that's one of the things I love that AEW did from the get-go is that they use the wrestlers at ringside for audience. And I think that's really neat. But like, I don't know. You can't. Why would you make one show live and then the rest of them are taped for weeks at a time? It's just really weird. Like I don't know if they're doing it for like budgetary reasons or what, but that's real fucky, and you probably shouldn't do that.
I wouldn't even say that you should even be doing that because, like you said, if AEW is doing it live, they're doing it. They should be able to do it live too because you still are on. You are on US. Are they on Fox? You're on Fox now.
Raw
is on USA. Then SmackDown's
Raw
on
NXT
Fox.
are on USA, and then Fox is SmackDown.
Yeah, so like, go for it.
SmackDown was great for me because Bray Wyatt came back.
I did see that.
And the best thing is that it was all three versions of Bray Wyatt. So it was cult leader Bray Wyatt, and then regular Bray Wyatt, which like Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt, and then the Fiend.
Oh, well, he's got the whole world in his hands.
He has the whole world. I am so. The Fiend is the best thing for me in WWE right now. And I vocalized it, and I was real mad that like they made him lose to fucking Goldberg, which is I'm not even gonna get into that, but like I love the Fiend, and if they can keep this going, it's gonna be good because Braun Strowman used to be in the Wyatt family, and they're using that in the actual like story, and I think that's really really neat. I say I hate because I think I've mentioned it. I don't like using people's backstories a whole lot in wrestling. But if you do it the right way, it can be something good.
Yeah.
What they're doing with Jeff Hardy is not good. Using his real life issues, his drinking issues, his drug issues, his traffic issues. That's a line that you probably shouldn't cross because you fired him for these things, and now you're using them for a storyline and you're throwing piss on people. Like no, we don't. No, don't do that.
Well, they would say character development though. Number 2, that's why they do that. You know.
Nah, it's fucky.
I know.
Like, well, like even Matt Hardy.
I'm really just playing a devil advocate for like someone that likes the right things. Like, yeah, that's character development. So it's trash, but it's character development.
It is trash. Because I think Matt Hardy even mentioned it when the whole first incident happened a few weeks ago on SmackDown. that they said it was just wrong in so many words. And he pretty much went and said, like, it wasn't like he said straight out said, oh, this is like the really fucky situation with Jeff Hardy. He tweeted that he loved being a part of AEW wrestling where he gets to have creative control over what he gets to do. And I was like, that's such a stab at WWE right now. Like, it's not a huge secret that they hold down people. If you listen to any former person that's worked there, John Moxley, Cody Rhodes, and stuff like that, like I don't know, it's like you have ideas and they just kind of shoot it down, unfortunately. And even if you go look at like the alumni page, Cody Rhodes isn't on there as Cody Rhodes, he's in there as Stardust.
Oh damn.
So it's pretty insane. But anyway,
Yeah.
I didn't watch Raw this week. My stream wasn't working, so I didn't get to watch Raw. I know Christian was there. I got to watch that on YouTube. So that's how I keep up with Raw. If I can't watch it,
We
I
just go
watch
to
everything on
YouTube,
YouTube.
or just look, or you can just go to Google and see what happened on Raw.
Yeah, I could go to WWE.com. They have videos
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah.
But like I said, it was Wednesday, so I did my normal Wednesday thing. NXT and AEW at the same time. I love what they're doing with Roderick Strong having PTSD from being stuck in a trunk. They took him to therapy this week.
Holy shit.
Therapy in air quotes. Because it was just Kyle O'Reilly from the Undisputed Era. And they try to get him to get back in a trunk. And then he just fucking bolted in the other direction and was just running. And I'm just like, I love this. This is great. Like, it's like, because everybody else, because Bobby Fish got stuffed in the trunk too, and in your house, and he's fine. But like Roderick Strong is like losing his shit. Like he sees Dexter Loomis everywhere. And he's just, it's like he's like broken in his mind, and all he could think about is like trunks, and it's great. We're still getting like the Candice and Mia feud, and I'm like here for that because I love Candice LeRae and I love Mia Yim. But I love Candice more. Just because like it's Candice. Um, so and then Adam Cole is like in super fucking shots of losing his title. Because like everybody's after it, like Johnny Gargano, Finn Balor, Keith Lee, because Velveteen Dream can't go after it. So that's interesting. NXT has actually been really, really good lately. They've been using and building up some of the other talent, like some of the, I guess, like, for lack of better terminology, jobber talent. They've been building a couple of them up recently. So that's been really cool to watch. And the AEW, we're a couple of weeks out from Fighter Fest.
Yeah. Like
So
a
I'm
week or
really
two.
excited.
Yeah.
We know I love AEW. So I got real excited because like Cody's still defending that TNT championship. And that's great. The inner circle is still being the inner circle. And I love it. I love the inner circle. And I love the fact that like I love Chris Jericho. It is not a secret. He is probably my favorite wrestler, and he's still just like kicking when he does commentary. It's great. He had a really good tag match. Lay Sex Gods versus Best Friends. I got to see Orange Cassidy try. So that was pretty cool. I'm really excited that we're getting Orange versus Chris Jericho. Cause like I love Orange Cassidy, man. He's great. I love him. The Dark Order, I slightly recruited Colt Cabana.
First
Which,
squeeze.
if you know indie wrestling, you know Colt Cabana, and I fucking love Colt Cabana. That dude is like 110 all the time. Like, he's great. He's wonderful. I've met him once, and he's just generally like an excited person.
Did pro wrestling start
he's like,
this weekend?
say what?
Does pro wrestling start this weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so. Oh my god, in New Japan. Oh, I'm gonna be like on the podcast. I'm gonna be like, guys, this is great. It's like half asleep because I'm staying up for New Japan till like 6 a.m. We're just watching Japan wrestling. So I'm really, really excited about all of that.
You need to go to bed like at 8 o'clock just to be able to get up to watch it.
I'm gonna like text you and be like, New Japan's over, I'm gonna sleep. See you in the podcast.
Good gosh, y'all wild.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I've missed New Japan Pro Wrestling so much. I've missed so much stuff in New Japan. New Japan has just great talent. So I'm really excited.
I'm glad.
I could cry because I've missed it so much.
I'm glad that you get it back. Number 2. I'm glad you get it back. Before we get to this extra gaming news that Cub and Stone has, I do have a quick question for you, Dan. Are things starting to open up over in the UK now, or what's the situation there?
Yeah, so I was actually furloughed for, about 2.5 months. Yeah, so I was furloughed for some time. I've recently been called back to work, so luckily, I'm thankful that my job is still there. A lot of people unfortunately have lost their jobs, which is really, really, I can't even imagine like the stress of like trying to find work with all this going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really glad.
I'm glad that
really thankful that security is there, and I was called back, and really happy with that. But yeah, it's things are they are opening up quite considerably actually. The government here is really trying to get the economy sort of back up and running, because it's all it's caused a lot of it's going to cause a lot of issues really. We're all going to have to pay for this in some way in the next
few years,
the next year or two. Yeah. It's all gonna bite us in the arse.
Cub,
yeah.
Cub, heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay, so Stone, go first.
Earlier this week, Apple has got a class action lawsuit levied against them over loot boxes.
Wait, really?
Apparently, according to California Penal Code, which is where most of the CEOs of Apple actually reside, even though the company is registered in Ireland. So, according to California Penal Code, their loot box practices constitute illegal gambling.
Damn.
So that's going to be an interesting one, and I think it's going to be the final nail in the coffin for loot boxes, because a lot of the companies that are proponents of them are U.S. based, and now there's actual U.S. courts that are getting involved with telling them to stop that shit.
Yeah.
So,
well,
Cowboy.
Hopefully loot boxes just cease to exist soon, because like when Overwatch 2 comes out, hopefully they do something. But it's Blizzard. You never know.
it's just going to be a different type of package. Like it's not going to be a loot box.
It's not a loot box. It's going to be named something else. And there's going to be something in like stipulation in the contract. So like, because they didn't use the word loot box, then it's okay.
Right. They're going to find something else to be able to do what they're doing. Like there's so much money that they could get from people that are just mindlessly throwing their cash at these things, and who the problem is it's not so much people our age, it's it's more our kids, you know,
Yeah.
our kids in the future. Like, you know, they're growing up with this system that's just trying to, you know, get at them in every possible way. You know, my other half's younger brother, he's really into Fortnite. You know, and he, you know, spends time with his friends, and they've got this skin and that skin, and he comes in and he says, you know, oh, we've got, you know, my friend's got this skin, and you know, I really want it, and he needs to get this battle pass, and then he needs to do this and do that, and it's like, man, this kid's 7 years old, and he's coming in to me and he's saying, oh, you know that he wants a battle pass and he wants this and that, you know, I don't know, it just sucks really, because you know, it's just taking advantage of kids really.
Yeah. But like I said,
At the core of it, that's
like I said, like you said, like you know that your kid is going to be a gamer. I think we know that Cobb's kid's going to be a gamer someday. So it's just like, gotta start being mindful about transactions. So it's going to be right, Cobb.
Oh yeah, because like every one of my accounts for every game, I just save my card information because
Yeah.
for me it's easy. If I decide to buy something like a battle pass, well, you know, even if they do the whole coins get you the next one, blah blah blah, but I don't earn enough, I always want that option just to be able to click and go.
Yeah.
Then look, like you said, your youngin was 2. Well, mine's 3, and she's already able to turn on the PlayStation, turn on YouTube, and start her shows.
yeah.
When she's 4 playing games or 5 and playing games, and she goes, "But I didn't use money. I used the card."
Exactly.
I have to have that explanation.
You know, I did something really bad when I was younger. My dad had this new phone, and you guys probably remember those little games you'd get on the really old school phones, like the really crappy phone games that's within like the store. Do you guys remember, like, you know,
back before the App Store? It was back
yeah.
then. Yeah, and everything that had to do with like you had to click the link, but the moment you did, it was like, "Hey, okay, this has been added to your singular bill or your
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did loads of those.
no."
And I didn't even, like, I saw like I would have, I must have been about 5, and I did so many. And one day I remember my dad comes in and he's talking with my mum, and he's saying, "Oh, look, I've got this £85 phone bill," and at the time his contract would have only been about £10. And
85.
you know, and yeah, there was a lot of games on his phone, and he didn't know how they got there, and but it was really bad, and the games were terrible. They were absolutely terrible.
You done spent $106.
Man, no. Okay, I got one. So my stepbrother, his son, just was playing games, and everything was linked on his Google Play, which was linked to an Apple Pay, not Apple Pay, Amazon Pay. He spent over $800 in gems or whatever for some sort of one of those fun games.
Oh no!
Oh, good gosh, I didn't need to hear that. I feel bad. That's garbage.
When they explained to him, he was like, "But I did." He kept arguing. That's where I made the joke about the. He literally said, "I didn't use any money. I didn't spend any money," and they were like, "Yes, you did." And he goes, "No, I used the card." So you have to explain to this 8-year-old that, well, credit cards generate these things called bills.
Yeah.
You gotta get that pep talk early, you know?
Yeah,
Right.
like get that pep talk early. Cub, you said you had news. What's up, bro?
Yeah, so for a few of the listeners that might be playing this or might have taken a break, Sea of Thieves just came out with some their new content, and it's really cool because while Sea of Thieves is one of these open world PvPs, you know, you can kind of fight people whenever, stuff like that, but there's this new content where you can fight in the PvE stuff and kill these new ghost guys, but they have a chance to drop cannonballs. And the cannonballs do way more damage, so it's going to really change the way the PvP is done if people are stocking up on this, because like we're talking sinking ships in 2 to 3 shots instead of 8 to 10.
I really struggle with Sea of Thieves. It just doesn't help you out at all, really, does it? Like, you just kind of get thrown in, and it's like, here you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. if you're not on your phone looking up a wiki on the wiki page, then you're never gonna. I didn't know there was a thing called sharks in the sea, and they ate my.
Damn.
It's really good. Like when you know what you're doing. Like I watch my younger brother play it, and he is just so good at it. He knows, he literally commands everybody. Like, and but without that person like doing that, you will probably fail.
Cub is that
yeah.
person. Cub and Stone are those people here. They help you out a lot.
No,
I'm just
not
the guy
always.
that's like just bringing bananas to people and making sure there's cannons in the barrel. Like,
No, I'm the
that's
guy
it.
that will be like, "Hey, let's go check out this awesome thing," and then I'll be like, "So you have to really look at the map and self-navigate. Like there is
Yeah.
no compass and mini map. You got to find the map downstairs. You got to run back up, make sure which way you're going." And I'll be like, "It's this island," and as a joke, we'll stop and we'll start looking for the objective. Then I'll get in the boat and I'll be like, "Sail the fuck away."
Yeah.
Really complex. Really complex.
Yeah. So good. So if anyone else doesn't have anything, I think we should. Okay.
I spelled it wrong, but
Like look down for a second. Like whoa. Okay.
I did see just recently that they did actually confirm that the PS5 will get the free upgrade to the new version. Like, say if you did buy it on PS4, you will get the PS5 version. So I don't know if anyone was like
I think that's really
unsure.
cool.
Yeah, we need that.
Well, like I say,
It was-
I from what I heard, Sony said that they weren't making that decision. It was up to the developers.
But the thing is, though, then they came out and said that they wanted everyone to focus on PlayStation 5 hardware. So,
Well, that's the thing, is that so any game that is submitted for approval
after
to
July.
go on to after July 13th, I think, or
Yeah.
what's the 17th maybe.
Mhm.
Any game that gets submitted for approval past that point has to be compatible with PS5 hardware. So that means it has to work in like that backwards compatible sort of vein, is what I was getting from it.
Mhm.
Like it's still a PS4 game, it just is able to run on the PS5, because not every game that's on the PS4 will be backwards compatible on PS5 because it depends on
that's
how
what-
the game was built.
Yeah, that's what really worries me. That's one thing that's sort of keeping me with Xbox at the moment, is that I'm pretty confident that that entire library I've got there will carry through, because their messaging has been so clear, whereas PlayStation has been a bit, at first it was like, yeah, we're testing about 100 at the moment, and it's like, oh my god, what?
Right. Well,
know?
they have since confirmed that over 2,000 titles are backwards compatible with the PS5. Most games should be.
But
It's just
honestly,
there
Go for
are instances where it might not, because of how advanced the PS5 hardware is over the PS4. It's basically the console could potentially break the code that they used to write the game.
Yeah, what I thought was funny is that like one of my friends that I tried to get on the podcast last week actually like posted this thing about how many games PlayStation has in their gaming Hall of Fame, and I made the comment like, even more reason not to buy an Xbox. And he goes like, compatibility, backwards compatibility, Perry. That's the only reason I want to grab it. I'm like, no one cares about NFL Streets. Just
See,
for me,
for me, the reason why I'm really wanting to, I don't know, I am really interested in the Series X. I like what Microsoft
Dan,
and Xbox has
it's
been.
called the loaf on AWOI Gaming.
I forgot. but I
Get
really
together, man.
It's the
You
loaf.
throw
It's
4T in the river.
like
You
it's
know-
a loaf. It's also, look at this. Do you want the white version or do you want the wheat version? Think about it.
but seriously though, like I really like what they've done.
He's just
over
like,
the last
nah,
couple
we're
of
gonna
years.
move on from that.
Yeah, no, I feel like Xbox's clear messaging is definitely a shining beacon. They've definitely improved
Yeah.
their how they've marketed their consoles, because I mean the Xbox One marketing at E3 whenever it launched was abysmal.
It's
Yeah.
horrendous. Yeah, that's all Dom Matrick though, isn't it? Oh my god.
But honestly, Dan, if I'm being realistic with you, me for Xbox, it really depends on how Halo is in next month. Once they reveal
See-
Halo, that's how it is.
so the reason you're probably wondering like why I'm sort of considering like Xbox Series X over PS5. Like see, for me it's not which one. It's going to be both. Like I'm going to have
Which
both
one
at
first?
some stage. Yeah, but I do think Series X will probably be the first one that I get, only because already I'm confident that everything I've got is going to carry through. Not only that, Game Pass is insane.
Yeah.
Like they're like what Xbox provides like as a service is I don't think people sort of realize how good it is. Like the fact that you can pay like 10, 11 pounds a month,
Okay.
and then have access to over 100 games. It includes all of your other stuff, plus your games with gold and all that stuff. And not only that, like an Xbox One X is like £260 at the moment. I know it's on promotion like worldwide at the moment, but it's an
That's because
insane value.
nobody has any Xboxes or PS4s or Switches. So they're like put them all on sale. Nintendo's like, nah, they go buy it anyway.
Okay.
So,
But yeah,
if I may, I said the exact same thing almost. That it wasn't an if or it wasn't a which. It was which. It wasn't a this or that. It was a this which one first. And y'all all ripped into me so hard
Cub,
that
we love you. We can do that. I love
Yeah.
Dan too, but
I'm just curious. Is it the British accent? Is that why he's immune to it? Because I'm like,
no, it's just the fact of like he's a guest. He's a friend of the show. He has the opinion. You're here like every week. We get to do that to you. Like what? Why are you shocked?
you getting a dirty look right now.
I'm kidding.
Auditors, I'm glad.
Well, I would rather him get a PlayStation over an Xbox,
But
I
yeah,
mean, like-
there's no question that PlayStation has the best exclusives. Like, there's no question about that. Everybody knows about this.
and you have every single one of them. You've shown them to me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way I think it's going to shake out with this next generation is PlayStation exclusives are going to be like the games to play.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But multi-platform games, I think they might do better on Xbox simply because the features of the PlayStation can't be utilized that way on a multi-plat game because they have to design it to play on both of them. They can't just design it to take advantage of the PlayStation hardware.
Number 2,
So-
your yes for Jericho is awesome.
So that's where I've been over the last 2 years. Like, Xbox One X has been multi-plats, and any exclusive that would come out, I would play obviously on the PlayStation because there's no choice. But now they're starting to bring those games to PC, so it's like, where how is Sony going to look in the next couple of years? Like, will their exclusives be PS4 and PC at launch? Who knows? They might start to sort of migrate to that. But
there's the idea that this might be the last console,
See, I think there will always be a console from the companies, but the question is like, where will they put their games exclusively? Like it seems silly not to include PC at least as well, because they are, they're clearly making a loss on the PS5 at the price at whatever it's going to come out at. So why wouldn't they just make a game that however many millions of people that already have a capable PC can play and buy without having to then buy a console which they're making, which is already putting them at a loss,
Right.
But the thing is, though, Nintendo doesn't do that, and we're fine. We don't say anything.
Yeah.
Nintendo's kind of off in their own little world, though.
Yeah,
But
Nintendo's like
We don't need that. You're gonna buy our
Nintendo's
shit.
like that one family member that's like better off, and like like they know that like if they invite you to something, you're like 100% there before they even ask the question because they're just that cool.
I don't know
What?
if I'm the only one that thinks it, but I do actually think Nintendo games are best played like in a handheld form.
Yeah,
and they are the only company that are investing in proper dedicated handheld consoles right now. Like Xbox, yeah, they've got xCloud so that you can stream your games to your phone. PlayStation, they ditched handheld completely, but Nintendo games, they just have a particular place to be able to play, to be played on the go. They just have that
natural feel to it.
Yeah, they're just way better suited for it. Like I've got a Switch and I never play it docked.
Damn.
And
I had to do it for reviews, but that's the
And
only
pretty
time.
much.
That's the only time
But
I actually.
it's just so much nicer as something that you can just take wherever. And when I do when I am here and I can dock it, I don't know, like when you dock a game that's like 720p on a big TV, it looks pretty bad.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
it
like,
just it's so much clearer and nicer to look at on the actual handheld.
yeah.
And you've obviously just got that sort of freedom to sort of move around with it when you're in your home. Like, but yeah, but Nintendo have already made that move to other platforms. Like they're slowly doing that. Like we've got Mario Kart on our phones now. We've got a side-scrolling Mario on our phones too. That they are slowly, I think, sort of considering the idea of putting things on other platforms.
Well, I think that's where it's going to go eventually. Is that in the next like 10 years? I think that we're going to see people, or the companies rather, focusing on their storefronts and not necessarily their hardware. And that's what
Yeah.
people are like. That's what really the end of the console is. Is that it's all digital delivery. It's all storefronts. It's you buy it on the PlayStation storefront, and you can play it on whatever device you want to play it on, right?
Yeah.
So and in that regard, Microsoft has a huge leg up because of their, other, like, Microsoft isn't a gaming company. They are a, software company that creates like stuff for servers and for cloud functionality, business uses, Windows and everything else. So um, they have a huge leg up in that regard. I think Sony's going to be in trouble, 10 years down the road if they don't do something.
Yeah.
The geek
I mean,
conversation's awesome.
we do. I think we do forget as well how many studios Microsoft has actually bought over the last couple of years. You remember that? Was it E3? I can't remember if it was E3 or not. A year or two ago,
Yeah,
they announced how many purchases. Like they bought Ninja Theory. They bought. I can't even remember.
They
But
bought
Ninja
Moon
Theory was one
Studio,
of them, and
so
they bought so many. And at that point, obviously they were making games already for platforms, and they're still Microsoft, Xbox own those studios, and they're still releasing games on the PlayStation. That just kind of like says it really, doesn't it? Like when they bought Minecraft, you'd think, oh right, they're just going to make it Xbox exclusive now, but no, it came out on the Vita afterwards, it came out on PlayStation, it came out on phones, and everything. But that's the best thing to do.
yeah.
Like this is what confuses me sometimes is why they don't just say, look, here's a game, it doesn't matter where you want to play it, we want to put it everywhere. Like why does the hardware sort of factor decision, obviously like they make money from services, and the PSN, they get their share, and from sales after the hardware purchase, but it just I definitely see it that games will just be available on as many platforms as possible in the next decade or so. It just I do agree. And it seems silly not to go that way.
Yeah.
All I know is if Xbox comes up with another AWOI game, there's no way I'm not going to get that. That was
See, those are on Switch as well.
well, not two. AWOI and the Will of the Wisp is only on PC and Xbox.
For now.
For now.
Yeah.
For now. But
Yeah,
no, I played
yeah.
I played Blind Forest on the Switch. It was like, oh my gosh, like it feels perfect here, like it legit feels perfect on the Switch. And I'm just a big AWOI fan. That could be my game of the year. Just joking.
No, you're gonna play like 2 hours of Last of Us and be like, this is it. This is the game.
With that being said, let's switch to The Last of Us talk. Going around, let's talk. Go around the room really fast. No more. How many hours has everybody put in? Just give me a number.
30
4.
minutes.
30 minutes. Stone.
I'm trying to think exactly how long I played.
You were
Uh,
playing when I got
about
on
6
yesterday.
About 6 or 7 hours, yeah.
6 or 7 hours. Okay.
Mhm.
Cove.
Only got 30 minutes because the the level just decided not to load anymore, so
Oh,
I
gosh.
realised I had to move the the game over to the internal drive.
Cove.
-1.
-1. Okay. So
Yeah, Cub said that he was gonna play it after what he's doing right now.
cool.
Once he finishes that level or something earlier in the podcast.
Yeah.
I've got it loaded on rest mode already, so I can just get straight onto it.
Yeah. So okay. Well,
I was playing right before I came up here to get on the podcast, so I'm probably going to go right back to it.
yeah. Like I said,
I'm about to hop on it. My friend in the UK, his copy doesn't come in till Monday. So
Oh,
he's
that
just like,
sucks.
yeah, he ordered the copy and they said it wouldn't be delivered till Monday. So he's really sad.
Okay,
He's like,
so-
"Can you just share play it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So like every hour I have to like re-share play because share play is only an hour.
Okay, so with that being said, is based off everyone, like, how do you guys feel about the game so far?
It's so fucking pretty, man.
I
And
love the
I'm not,
game,
yeah.
but Ellie runs like an asthmatic person with cerebral palsy. I swear to fuck.
She looks
Okay.
really funny when she runs, yeah.
Doing like there are certain places in the game where you have to like jump across the gap essentially.
Just so you guys know, this is spoiler free. Just
Right.
oh,
This is I'm okay. Yes, you have to run and jump across a gap. In
Yeah,
A
the
that-
game.
lot.
yeah, I
Like,
did
I've
that
done
last
that
night.
a lot so far.
I did that last
so
night.
you have to do that a lot, and it's really fucking cumbersome.
Cool.
That's the roughest part of the game for me so far. Is just that.
I hate it because I'll think that I will have the right like science down so I can jump across and hit the button at the
Mhm.
right time, and then I'll miss it, and I'm like, now I gotta like go all the way back up this fucking trail because I fell down. Now I gotta walk all the way back around, and then I gotta jump again, and
I
I'm
think I
probably
may.
gonna miss it again.
At this point, I think I've died like 10 times in the game,
Mhm.
and 9 of those times have been falling to my death because I missed a jump.
I haven't died yet.
That's just
I've done
Naughty
a
Dog,
lo-
isn't it? It's Naughty Dog
I
game.
haven't killed anybody with my gun. I have stealth killed everybody so far.
Me too.
So that's a record for me because I normally die real quick. But I take that back. I use a Molotov cocktail. But that killed 6 clickers at once.
Hell yeah.
So, I mean, and then I think I had to stab like 2 other ones. So, it's fine.
I guess.
So I
yeah.
haven't used any ammo.
I guess the real cool part about the game was like all the little things that you had to do at the very beginning. Like, how do you want
The
this thing to?
snowball fight?
No. Like at the very beginning, before you even start the game, like, yo, do you
Oh,
want
yeah.
like you want the subtitles this way? Do you want the color? Like just the little details. Like, dang, okay, might as well go all out.
So, like, I don't know if it's a spoiler, but, like, Ellie has a PS3.
That's not.
And I
That's an
think
Easter
it's the
egg.
cutest box. Because it's an original PS3, so it's, like, the big, bulky chunk one. And then I think my nephews are playing it, too. And they came in, they're like, why do they not have a PS4? And I'm like, because the world went to shit before the PS4 was the thing.
Yeah.
Right, that's the thing, is like there were PS3s everywhere in the first game, and I'm just like, ha, that's funny, I like this.
Yeah. So like the little Easter eggs that they're like, it definitely feel like we won't say it, but like I do like the way the game starts off. It's like a continuation. It's like nope. It's like oh wow. So like they really did want to make sure that it feels like a part 2.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's a beautiful to look at, especially on my new TV, which I went through a hassle of getting.
Oh,
my
God.
Gosh, oh my gosh. I guess I can go ahead and tell the story as fast as possible. So, late Thursday night, I was getting it set up. Me and some friends were like, just like, yeah, you're getting ready to play this game. They don't play games, so they're like, well, I know the ending, but I won't spoil it for you. I'm like, okay, whatever. And like I start playing it, and then all of a sudden, like the TV cut out, and they looked at me and was just like, "You're gonna get a TV tomorrow." I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna get a TV then." Start looking up online, everywhere sold out. Everywhere sold out. They like I'm sitting there thinking like, who the hell is buying TVs like this? Like it's just weird. So
And reselling them for
yeah.
like thousands of dollars.
Yeah, like anyone that got like that stimulus check, or like, of course, me too. But like, I wasn't even like I had hard-earned money, that kind of thing. So I ordered one from Henderson in Walmart. So I drive all the way to Henderson with a friend to pick up this TV, and they say like, "Well, we can't give you this TV yet because it has to go through our system or process to like pick it up. We have to actually pick it, and then you have to give it back. It won't be ready until about 8 p.m. tonight." I'm like, "But I'm not from the area. Can I not just go ahead and grab it? Like,
It's right there.
It's right there." And like
Even the GameStop one's not that bad. Shit.
like even what's sad is like it was the only one in stock. So I don't have it whatsoever, like I leave. I was talking to my friend like, "Yo, bro, do you want to like grab something to eat afterwards? We can come back. Like we'll come back to Owensboro, chill at our own houses. Then after that, go back, grab some to eat. Make it a day. Well, who cares?"
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, like as soon as we get back into town, I get the email saying that they canceled my order. I was like, "What?"
Wow.
Like canceled. Like yeah, like canceled. So I tried calling, and they like I just was on the phone for like 10+ minutes. Didn't get anything. I had already checked Best Buy like the night before, and like even the morning, because like I had friends look for me like, "Yo, TVs are here," and I was like, "Well, they're all out of stock." He was like, "Okay, cool." We get back here, we go to Meijer. Meijer doesn't have any TVs either, so it's like, okay. Now look online one more time for Best Buy. They have one in stock. They had just got it in stock. I'm like, okay, I'm getting this TV now. So
the quest for the TV continues.
It continued. And then so pretty much it said it'll be ready in an hour, and then all of a sudden like, cool. I pull up and like of course curbside, and all of a sudden like, "Y'all know who Kathleen is." She's like, "Perry, I saw your name in the system, and I thought you were here to pick up The Last of Us. But it said you were here to get a TV." I'm like, "I need the TV so I can play The Last of Us. So give me the damn TV so I can go." Like, she's like, "Oh, so you need the TV so you can be able to play this game?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You have it already?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You follow us on Facebook. Why don't you?" Like, we post pictures all the time.
Right.
So like, I get back here, get the TV, and then like when it comes to like just the little things, just start getting to be like, okay, I need a screwdriver to screw it. There's not a screwdriver in this house whatsoever. So let me go to the dollar store and grab the screwdriver. Did that, and all of a sudden like I was trying to hook it up, and like I don't know why the TV cords are so small these days. I was like, wow, the plug-in's all the way over there, and it's not gonna make it that far.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to get upset. I was like, "Man, I'm not gonna be able to play this game tonight."
Everything has conspired against Perry.
Yeah, I'm like, good gosh, I gotta review this game still. I gotta do all this other stuff, and like, I found an extension cord and hooked it up. I'm like, all right, let's go.
For a bit of context there, for everybody who's not familiar with the area that we live in, Henderson is about 30 minutes away by car.
Yeah.
From Owensboro. So.
Maybe because they have construction that way too.
Yeah, like it was like literally 30 minutes. I was just like, okay, we're gonna come back. I don't care. And all of a sudden, like I got the order canceled, and like at the end of the day, I'm like, fuck Walmart, fuck Henderson.
Yeah, well, fuck Walmart in general, but
yeah, like oh my gosh. But like I've only played about an hour. I think I played more than an hour. I got about an hour and a half recorded though. So. From what I'm seeing, it's going to be an interesting playthrough.
Most unrealistic thing about the game so far is the flags.
Yeah.
Like, ain't no way that those flags been flying for like 20 years. and
Yeah.
they aren't like torn to shreds.
I like how they want to make you know, like, especially with this new TV and seeing it, like, and hear my PlayStation go off. They really want to like make you like look at the scene, look at what we were able to do. Like, it's like a rub in the face of like, look at that view.
Love that. I love it. There's
Yeah.
like a lookout scene where you're like looking out at like
The snow
where you need to go
in town.
next.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, this is so pretty. And she's like, what's that? What's that over there? What's this? And
Yeah.
I'm like, they're over here like, look at all this cool shit we did. Look
Yeah,
at
like
it.
it's a big
You may not
nod.
be able to appreciate it. Like, you
Yeah.
may just be like, oh, it's game stuff. But like people that like appreciate a game in its entirety, like details and everything, like that is really cool for me, and I love that.
I
It
do
was
like,
one of my favorite things in the Until Dawn, because you scenery look a lot in Until Dawn, and it's just so pretty. Like the snow looks so pretty in The Last of Us. Like
I do like the
the
crawl thing.
water, the snowstorm looked really legit. Like it's just so good so far.
Mm-hmm.
And like you're not like it's so weird because there's like I don't know, there's like one part and it's just it confused me because I didn't know anything about it and I didn't know like these people and I was real mad because they didn't tell me for like 15 minutes who these people were.
Without
And
even.
I'm just
Yeah. I didn't know
no.
exactly what you're talking about. Let's make sure we don't spoil it.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. Like I know exactly what
I
you're
was
talking
like, what?
about. Yeah.
It's
No.
like my friend in the UK was like texting me while I was share playing
He's like,
because
what
like
is
he didn't
this?
have a microphone right now, and he was like, I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on right now, and I was like, me either, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a reason for this.
I think what I like about Stone, what you said, like how when you told me, like when anything like they do the whole crawl thing, it's like a load. In this game, it does not feel like that at all. It's a like legit like crawl through to get to the next spot. You know, like it feels fluid. You know.
Well, I mean that's kind of how. So The Last of Us is a linear single player game that's masquerading as a open world experience. It's not an open world experience. There are several gates and like points of no return in The Last of Us. So like that's how they've designed the levels. There are levels. It just doesn't show you that they're levels.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they're loading and unloading those zones behind you. So like there are spaces you have to squeeze through, and that's part of the level design. And then there's also gates that you have to squeeze through that like are right before like an actual like cutoff gate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just there are some of those, and some of them there aren't. But,
yeah.
I'm really glad it's not open world, to be honest. Like there's games like this which just feel like a really nice break.
Yeah.
For all of that. But yeah, it's
nice to have a curated like zone to play in, as opposed to, well, you could just fuck off in this like 100,000-mile fucking crazy square footage map. So
yeah,
those get exhausting.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting though is like I want to know what happens. It's like we've all avoided spoilers so much. It's just like ridiculous. Like this is like the first time like one game like I really didn't find myself getting spoiled whatsoever. It's different for something like Final Fantasy VII that came out earlier this year because it's like I know the story of 7, so
right.
It's just gonna be great, and like it's gonna be interesting, like review purpose. Like Dan, we do what I like to call like I think you call it you're a subscriber. Like we do non-influential, potential, influential, and very influential as the reviewing score here at AWOI Gaming. For you, where do you rank it on that rating? Like, where do you think it's gonna go?
It's hard to say really, because like I say, I'm only like 30 minutes.
No,
in.
I'm like. Of course, it can change over time, but where do you think it's going to land for you?
don't know. I mean, I'd probably say like a lot of the games that Naughty Dog do, they are, they do tend to be pretty influential in terms of just the way that the industry
Mm-hmm.
sort of sees them.
Cool.
You know, but yeah, it's really hard for me to say. Because like I said, I mean, Last of Us 1, I could easily say, absolutely, absolutely the highest possible
Yeah, very
praise.
influential. Yeah.
But yeah, it's really hard for me to say. I'm a little bit worried about the character shift, because obviously it is more focused on Ellie this time, and I don't, and my main sort of stick with The Last of Us 1 wasn't really Ellie, it was Joel.
Yeah.
He was like sort of the character that sort of kept me invested. So I don't know if Ellie is going to be able to sort of, this game is going to, really show whether she can sort of hold, if that makes sense. So
Well,
yeah.
So I feel like that with The Last of Us, that all the characters have been really well fleshed out. Like the first game, like I felt like all the characters were real people, and like it was easy to care about everybody in the story and what they were doing, what they were going through, because it wasn't just like what you saw on screen. You knew that there was more to it than that. And like with The Last of Us Part Two, so far, Ellie has not disappointed me.
Okay. Cool.
So
I think what's awesome is that just the Last of Us like overall idea that someone was brought up in this world post-apocalyptic. So it's like, what is life actually like? And like they really mess with that throughout both. And like I think that's what I can't like. I will say like I think it might, based off like previous episodes, like when like me and number two went through the list of games, like this could like really be very influential. I know like reviews are bombing it right now on Metacritic. It's like rated super high. Then like when you look at like game reviews, like other people, they're like it's getting bombed so heavily because they saw spoilers. And it's like, dude, like you have to be able to experience it for yourself and know the ending. And like for people to go ahead and like bomb the review in a sense, this game just came out yesterday and it's 25 hours. Unless you're like staying up all day and all morning, there's no way you beat this game in a day. You know?
Yeah.
Like there's just no way. I don't know. Like I am excited for all of us to actually find Cove. I think you're going to enjoy this game.
Yeah, I'm excited to play it.
Mm-hmm. I know like that you kind of had to rush through the first one.
How long did it take you to beat the first one, Cove? Even like speed throughing it.
I haven't beat it, guys.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I read the entire game and then I watched a Let's Play.
Oh, well, okay.
He's
Okay.
what he
you got the story.
to get ready for 2, okay?
Yeah, okay, you're fine.
I just didn't want to be behind when we do the spoiler podcast.
Yeah.
So
but
Yeah, because I'm sure there'll be actual Last of Us ones in there. So.
Yeah.
so
like I said earlier though, like even if you hadn't played the first one, when you like this isn't even spoilers, but like when you even start in the part 2, it goes over absolutely everything in a really nice contained way within the space of a few minutes. And
I was in my
pretty
feels
much get
then. I don't care what anybody says. I was feeling it then. I'm like, damn, I remember this.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like how a new season of a show goes last time on whatever.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah.
You'll
So,
you'll feel it. You'll be like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
Yeah, it hit. Yeah, it got me like right from the get go, and I'm like, I already know that I'm going to hate this game.
Yeah, and there's the fact that
I knew it when they announced it. Like I was like, I'm gonna have a love-hate relationship with this game, and it's gonna stem from it emotionally, like pulling at my heartstrings. And
someone said that if you like the new Star Wars, you're gonna love this game. I'm like, I don't care. Just give me the damn game at this point.
I just want the game. Just give me more fucking stuff. But like spoilers, like you're super right there, Perry. Like, even if you read a spoiler, you have to experience stuff for yourself.
Yeah.
I've
I
said
think
it
it's
a
just harder, isn't it,
million
to
times. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just harder to actually, find that motivation to actually start it when you know already. That's the hard part. But yeah, luckily, like me too. Like I hadn't been sort of exposed to any spoilers or anything. So really, really, really thankful for that.
I'm super
yeah.
proud of, like, I had to like warn number 2 in Stone. I was like, look, there's spoilers out there, so be careful.
Yeah.
Like, just be careful with the work.
To work, because I work Monday, and because I don't know if Sean purposely gave me the whole weekend off, but I have the whole weekend off, and I'm really excited about it. So I can play this game and not have to like go to sleep because I, gotta go to work or something. But I'm terrified somebody's gonna come into work and spoil it when I'm not done with it.
Yeah.
And I'm so scared that they're gonna ruin it.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened with um
Force Awakens.
yeah, no, I read that on fucking ESPN and I'm still mad about that. I'm gonna find that guy one day. But I still went to see Force Awakens like day one and I still love Force Awakens. So but they spoiled Days Gone.
Oh.
It was Days Gone. Yeah, they spoiled Days Gone, and I was so mad because I hadn't even gotten to open my game, and they spoiled it.
It's a really long game as well.
Days Gone should have, like, they did so many. Like, Dan, did you beat Days Gone? I think you have, right?
I haven't beaten it yet. No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Right. Here's a confession.
That game feels like it's going to end like 5 times.
It does. Like, I'm like, okay, this is the end. No. Okay, this is the end. No.
The Days Gone confession is I haven't even gotten to my first proper horde yet.
Because
well, I don't know. Is it at the end, or it seems like it's taken ages for me to get to that point where they all come storming in and.
So you can go after the hordes. They are on the map.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't recommend it.
I did.
I just want to see one.
They can be pretty intense. Like there's a couple of them that are story hordes. So.
And I don't even think you can take out those story hordes beforehand either.
No, they'll respawn the story hordes.
I did. I do want to go back to Days Gone, but I've purposefully avoided playing it because I knew obviously The Last of Us was coming, and I didn't want to have that sort of same kind of theme. Like I didn't want to sort of tire myself of it.
Yeah.
So I took a long break from it, and after The Last of Us 2, once I've sort of cleared that, I'll go back to Days Gone at some point next year. But this year it's just too much.
Yeah, it's just because just think Ghost next month. It's just like, oh gosh, calm down, like calm down with all these games coming out. We just like it felt like we didn't have anything. Now it's just like we have 2 gifts coming to us, and. Like I said, it's different seeing The Last of Us. I'm Stone. You don't understand. I'm glad that I got this TV because it looks so much better.
What TV did you get, Perry?
I got the Fire TV 43K Ultra HD.
Nice. It's good that you jumped to 4K because now's like the best time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really the thing, though. I was looking for a 4K TV. I was like, "Where's the Samsung?" Nope, nowhere.
I'd hate to be put in that position, man. I'd hate to be that. Like with TVs, you need to have a choice. You need to have like loads in front of you, and you can look at each one. And just having like only one option, that I'd be put in a corner with that. I'd hate that.
Yeah, because it's an Insignia. I'm like, I told my friend that. I'm like, it's an Insignia. He's like, that's actually a good TV. That's actually Best Buy's brand, and they have Samsung parts in it. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
But yeah.
Guess what?
What?
Food Wars is on Netflix now, so now I can force people to watch it.
You don't
If
know.
you haven't seen Food Wars, you owe it to yourself.
Yeah, Food Wars is
Dude,
awesome.
go into it knowing nothing like I did.
Food
I'm
Wars.
still
is...
forever mad because Elliot was like, "What's this?" And I just thought it was gonna be a cooking show.
Nope, it's definitely way
No,
more than that.
It's a cooking anime.
It's a cooking anime. Try to get in your pants anime. by cooking food.
But with food.
Yeah,
they
with
don't
food.
actually try to get in your pants.
Yeah, with food. That's just like they just start those
You
tingly
get to have
feelings in your
food
mouth.
orgasms, and it's great
Just-
because
yeah,
they just
food
like lose
gasms.
their clothes and then
Food-
automatically have them
yeah.
back. It's great.
Food gasms.
I love Food Wars.
Oh gosh, Dan, do you have any questions for us?
I think most anticipated game for next year. What is it?
Oh, Ratchet and Clank.
Horizon.
Too.
Horizon.
Ratchet and Clank.
Slam dunk.
Ratchet and Clank. I love
Harry over
Horizon.
here gotta be different.
I love Horizon. I'm really stoked for it, but I just got Ratchet and Clank is fresh in my mind right now, so I just beat it.
See, my most anticipated is something that's not even been announced yet. Like all I want to know is what Hideo Kojima is doing now.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
well, he
that
had a
is
game,
what
but
I
it got
wanna know.
scrapped already.
I know. What is it? What is it? I want to know what it was. I
Just
want
like-
to see
Hideo
something.
Kojima's like, nah, y'all ain't gonna know about what I'm trying to do over here. Y'all ain't taking my motherfucking ideas. I'm Hideo Kojima, not you.
So
Yeah.
I'm also really interested in a PC game that's coming out next year. I'm not sure if it's going to be on multiple consoles or not, but they're making a new Dark Alliance game.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like that'll be pretty sweet because it's based off of the Icewind Dale trilogy. So it's Drizzt and Katie Bree and that whole crew. So I feel like that'll be really neat because I feel like there's a lot of lore there that you can play with, and of course D&D is this vast, expansive thing, and we've seen that D&D ports really well to video games. So I'm intrigued.
I did see an article where they said that Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be becoming more like a Dungeons and Dragons game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent that to
Mhm.
you, Stone. I think I sent that. Where it
Yeah,
said-
Baldur's Gate 3,
Yeah.
that should be pretty sweet because that's made by Larian Studios. They're the ones that made Divinity: Original Sin, which is best RPG of all time. Like
See,
Original
will-
Sin and Original Sin 2, best RPGs of all time.
So
Oh yeah.
would you say you're more looking forward to that or Diablo?
Definitely Baldur's Gate 3 over Diablo.
As soon as that game drops, we're playing that, Stone. I don't care. I'm ready.
Right.
I am ready. I don't care if you have other friends. Like, look, you can play with them Monday and Wednesdays. We can play Tuesdays and Thursdays. Well,
I mean, if they follow the same format of how they did Divinity, it should be like 4-player online co-op. It'll be
Yeah.
sweet.
yeah, I can't wait. Well, anybody else have anything before we wrap this up?
My PS4 is just looking at me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 like I'm trying to.
Spider-Man logo in line.
I
Oh,
try to
what?
keep this slower, but I try to keep it. But like I had other topics, so you know.
What'd you say there, Cov?
I've been y'all. You asked what game was most excited for next year.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
replied and was talking to y'all and thought I was being ignored and my mic was muted.
Yeah, I saw that your
no.
mic was muted. Okay, what was your game?
Tell us what it was. Tell us what it was.
It's Diablo 4.
Really?
Oh.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think that given what they did with 3, I think they're really gonna go dark.
I hope so. Yeah. I hope it's a lot more.
It's supposed to be more like Diablo 2 as opposed to Diablo 3.
Yeah, but I still like what they did with it. So,
Mm-hmm.
so if they're gonna backtrack, they'll take the best of 3 and essentially give us maybe a Diablo 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be sweet because there was a lot to like about 3.
Yeah, the story was great, and I'm
Mhm.
really excited what they're gonna do with this female, as the protagonist.
The trailer was really, really good for Diablo
Mhm.
4. Really nice.
Antagonist Cup, yeah.
My bad.
I love
You good?
what Blizzard do with their trailers. They're amazing.
Right, yeah, those cinematics are nuts.
Yeah.
Like
just wish
even
there
the
was-
World of Warcraft ones, I'm like, man, do I want to play World of Warcraft again, or do I just want to watch like this movie?
Exactly.
Just
Yeah.
watch the movie. That's what it
Dude,
is.
I loved the movie. Just for the record, the actual movie, I loved it.
Yeah,
Never seen it.
Y'all can, I'll let you borrow it.
yeah,
Okay.
I had seen it. I'd like to watch it though. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys read Blood, Sweat, and Pixels? That
Oh,
book that
by
came out a
Jason
while
Schreier?
ago? Yeah.
I haven't not read it. It's on my queue.
No.
though.
Yeah. So they really go into like Diablo 3 on that, and yeah, it's really interesting. So it's worth having a look at if no one's.
Cool.
read
Like I
into
said,
that.
like I was thinking about picking it up. I was like, oh, Jason Schreier, who's been reporting a lot of good stuff. The fact of like, I don't know, just like the whole thing that he brought up about Naughty Dog's like, look, everyone worked extensively on this.
Yeah, they
Damn.
go into they talk about Uncharted 4 in there, and there's a lot of juicy stuff in that
Yeah,
book.
the fact of even behind that, like once they got like when that team got done with Uncharted 4, they had to go help finish The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah,
It's like
straight
like
onto it.
straight
Yeah.
onto it. It's like damn, like
Mm-hmm.
ooh, I can't be in game
Naughty
development.
Dog's had so much of a shake-up over the
Oh
last
my
couple of
gosh,
years.
like-
I've been really worried about them, to be honest with you. Like they lost Amy Hennig, they lost I forget his name now, but basically some like really key people that were sort of
Here-
running Uncharted 2 and 3 and The Last of Us, and
I
I think it
will-
was the co-director of the original Last of Us who's he went on like a sabbatical, didn't he, for a long time, and I still don't think he's back.
Like when I hear like Ellie's voice, I can only picture Ashley Johnson. That's it now. Like Ashley Johnson will now only be Ellie to me. I know
Well,
she's
there's no better pair
Yeah.
in a game.
Yeah.
There's no better pair. Like,
and then the
you
fact
know,
that Laura Bailey's in this game too. It's like, huh? Like
that's where I've got to. I'm at her.
okay, cool.
Yeah. So I've just got to that point. That's where I am. That gives you an idea, sort of like where
Yeah.
how far I am.
Yeah, I'm just glad that you're playing it. Like we're all playing it. Like it's gonna be an emotional ride. I can tell. Just by even like stealth killing guys, it's like, ooh, well, dang, that's up close. Okay, I can feel it. Does anybody else have any other questions for Dan? Maybe. For Dan, sorry.
I do. You were talking about some Marmite earlier, and I know you were using it as an analogy, but bro, can you send us some? Because I've been trying to get some good, real Marmite. I'll put shipping.
It's it's really really unique.
Marmite is really fucking good.
See, that's the whole reason I want to go to Sydney is for Vegemite. And so I don't know if those are similar in any way, if they're made, or
I think it is.
maybe
Yeah.
they're a cousin strain of the same thing because it's a jam, right? A jelly.
I think it's really. I'm just looking at this because I did hear about this a long time ago.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I meant Marmite is a jelly, right? A jam.
It's like a thick paste.
Ah,
Yeah. But yeah, Vegemite. I don't know. Looking at this, I think it is. I think it is basically Marmite.
Yeah, I would like to try some of that stuff. Like that's
sounds
kind of the
good.
thing is like snacks from other countries would be interesting. I think.
You know, like Japan has like the Japan like snack box that you can like have shipped over here.
Yeah.
Why don't we have that for like UK snacks?
I think
Like,
there
I
is
want
a snack box for like international snacks. I just don't know if there would be any for UK necessarily.
You can get it on Amazon.com.
Ooh, hey.
Yeah.
There you go. Hashtag
Hashtag
not sponsored. Hashtag please sponsor it.
Yeah, please get that.
bro, that just got added to my cart.
Really? Oh my god.
I love this
come
game.
back on and see what you think of it then.
Got some cups just talking about Marmite.
Dan, you're welcome on anytime, bro. You know that it's always a pleasure having on. It's been a while since you've been on. You know.
You know what? It's been a while since I've actually had a conversation with more than one person at a time. So.
Probably. You know what they say? Podcasting can be therapeutic. So it's like, oh wait, ideas.
Yeah. True.
It's awesome.
Cart.
Are you adding it to your cart too, Jen?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh god.
I'm actually an affiliate with Marmite.
Might have to name this podcast episode Marmite when I get to this section.
Yeah.
Yeah, just name it like Marmite and Amazon. Please sponsor us.
Amazon, please watch this.
Frequently bought with Marmite yeast extract. Vegemite.
Okay.
They're from the yeast extract.
Anyone else have anything? So we can all get the PlayStation or PlayStations.
No, I just want to go play The Last of Us, man.
Okay, I'm trying.
Right.
Like, anybody got anything? Okay, recommended games this week. Let's just say The Last of Us. Let's just not even like.
It's definitely The Last of Us.
Like we
isn't it?
normally
Yeah.
do a recommended game section, but like that's it. Like Stone, are you gonna say The Last of Us?
Well, I was actually going to say, so we talked last week. My last week recommendation was Dishonored because we were talking about Deathloop, and
Such a
so
good game.
I would recommend playing Dishonored 2.
Dishonored 2?
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
In other
'cause
words,
I
you gotta
feel
win,
like
guys. Play the next one.
right. Well, that's what I say is like Dishonored 2. I think it has a lot of the best features of Dishonored, and it adds on to it very well. I think. I feel like that game will be more akin to how Dishonored 2 played.
Okay.
So if you like Dishonored 2, you'll probably like Deathloop, is what I would guess.
Cool.
Really are excited
Nice.
for Deathloop.
Yeah, we should be.
Deathloop looks really good. Like I said, I really love Happy Death Day and Groundhog Day, and so
I went back and listened to that section, like where Stone just missed that. It was still funny. I don't know why.
It will never not be funny.
And he was like,
I-
like we definitely had this conversation.
Yeah. No, we didn't talk about Deathloop. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, we did.
Hey, Perry, did I recommend Sinking City?
Yes, you did.
Okay, damn. Then I'm gonna recommend, because it's $2 on PlayStation Store right now. Thief.
I bought that too today.
that
Nice.
game is good.
yeah. That's one of the 9 that I got.
Okay.
It's definitely one of those games. Turn the lights off.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
While we're doing
Yeah,
it,
it's a really dark game. Yeah.
while we're doing it, I'm going to say Dragon Age Inquisition. So,
Because no one expected the Inquisition.
ooh.
Oh, come.
And because they have teased that they're working on a Dragon Age 4.
Yeah. So, with
Yeah.
that being said, guys, ladies and gentlemen,
Okay, I'm gonna throw one in too.
go for it.
Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal looks sweet.
Doom
Doom
Eternal.
Yeah.
Eternal is really good.
Yeah, that's if you're into FPS, then yeah.
I haven't
There's
finished
no-
it. It's really good.
All right, number 2, you might as well throw one in too.
I'm gonna go with Injustice: Gods Among Us because it's free right now.
Oh
I
yeah.
think it's only free for the weekend, but I love Injustice. I like the fact that I have like essentially what is a Mortal Kombat game, but like limited. So people that like parents that don't want their kids playing Mortal Kombat because it's too violent can play Injustice because Injustice doesn't have like fatalities and stuff like that. And the story for Injustice is really, really good too.
Yeah.
Because you have 2 different endings that you can get in the first Injustice, which sucks because the second one only plays off like one of them, but it's fine.
Cool.
But yeah, I really love Injustice, and since NetherRealm said that they're gonna make a Injustice and a Mortal Kombat for the PS5 and the Xbox Loaf, so that's real exciting, and the next one should be Injustice. So, if they follow what they've been doing, it'll be Injustice. So, yay!
Yep. They did announce that. I think it's yeah.
Hype.
With that being said, guys, I think that's all for this week. Everyone, enjoy their week off because we will not be here next week. No, vacation. Everyone's taking the week off.
Vacation. Well, it's not vacation for me. I have
Yeah,
to work that whole
but-
fucking day.
Yeah, but you guys deserve a week off, so don't worry about it.
Yay!
Thank you for all y'all do.
And then we'll be back with the spoiler cast,
Yeah.
right?
Yep, be back for spoiler cast.
Why you wanted 2 weeks from the spoiler cast.
Hey, we want to give you a vacation, but like it's so we can all play The Last of Us.
No,
So like, don't tell anybody.
no,
So like, when they canceled the NBA and the NHL and stuff like that because of the coronavirus, it was right before Animal Crossing came out, and everyone's like, it's just so everybody can fucking play Animal Crossing.
yeah, that's exactly
I'm
what
like,
I'm
no,
doing.
Devin Booker's gonna be playing Call of Duty. That's all Devin Booker will be doing.
I mean, like, that's exactly what I'm saying. So I can get the review up, and then we can talk in depth, and like, yeah, critique me, and then talk about the game in fully. That's what the reason we're doing this for.
Vacation. Vacation sounds better.
Vacation's good for you guys. Like, enjoy it. It's summertime. Hell, it's gonna be.
I mean, we can't really do anything.
Oh, true. You never know.
Cause like, Holiday World's open, but like, I'm terrified of going because, like I said, my parents are old. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm terrified of giving them the Rona.
Yeah. Dan, once again, thank you for coming on. Like, I knew it wasn't for sure short notice. You're always welcome on. Just hit us up.
Thank you, Perry. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And send us some Marmite.
Yes, send us some Marmite. Like, if you want to come back on for the spoiler cast, just let me know.
Hopefully, I've finished it by the time you guys do. Because knowing me, it's going to take me about 3 years. But no, I doubt it. I'm hoping to clear this in the next week or two. But
Yeah.
yeah, fingers crossed. I can keep up with you guys.
Yeah, hopefully, because like as soon as I get done with this, I am like putting it, like working on the like getting this ready to put up for everybody else so they can listen to, and I'm going straight to play Last of Us, and you might get a text message out of me or two, and that's it.
I'm gonna turn my phone off, man.
Yeah, or that too. You never know.
Hashtag no disruptions.
Yeah. With that being said,
Hashtag D&D, do not disturb.
oh yeah, you do have D&D tonight. Dang
Yeah.
Are you gonna cancel D&D so you play The Last of Us?
I did. No.
You thought about it. He thought
now
about
that
it.
you mention it.
Well,
Me
anyways.
and the child are gonna play The Last of Us. So.
Well, anyways, with like this podcast episode that was supposed to be shorter than normal, that didn't happen. I will gonna say that this is Perry at AWOI Gaming. Thank you for enjoying the light. This has been a fun ride. We'll catch you in a week or two. I might come back on and just Scott Van Pelt this and just do a whole episode by myself if something big comes out. But these guys deserve a break. So, with that being said, we'll see you soon. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.